Comrades, today is September 29, 2025, and the current time is 8:20 p.m. As per the current season, we'd like to ask all comrades to ensure that they are regularly taking their Institute-provided 4-stage Omega vitamin gummies. Regular consumption will ensure comrade and Institute protection against most common illnesses. That concludes today's announcements.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Hello, I am a professional streamer, and you did not just watch me try to quickly fix everything on my stream in the span of half a second. How are all of you doing today, comrades? Are you ready to play the Rimworld? The game where we all suffer together as we try to build our supposedly super carrier, or what are they called, super destroyers? Yeah, we're in the middle of trying to build ours slowly. Anyways, comrades, good evening. How are all of you doing? Oh my gosh, if I sound like I'm dying, I might be. Still, I think there's still a little bit of leftover, 1 second. Whoa. Hold on. 1 second here. I thought I had, give me 1 second. Okay, I thought I had adjusted my my mixer settings a little bit. I just changed it again because I think this is supposed to be how it sounds, but if it still sounds a little off, let me know. How are all of you doing? I hope you're all having a fun evening or weekend. I apologize for being sick basically most of last week, but it sucked. I was dying. However, today I'm feeling a lot better, although my throat is still a little wonky, especially when it comes to coughing, which I can't really do much about. It's just an unfortunate side effect that I'm gonna have to deal with for the foreseeable future. So hopefully that's gonna mostly go away eventually. If you might hear me cough once or twice, also feel free to watch this stream on YouTube as well to help me on the algorithm. I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, YouTube seems to push my videos when I'm not streaming it. So for whatever reason, it just keeps pushing the... I don't know why that link doesn't work. I need to figure out what's going on with that. And it's been very interesting just like not streaming and then seeing that video getting pushed to a whole bunch of people, and I think it's very funny. Oh my goodness, yeah, I still sound a little... I still definitely sound a little wonky as it stands, so hopefully it's not gonna be too bad for too long. Anyways, the actual link is... I think it's this one, if I can highlight the dang thing. Anyways, if you might remember what we were up to, we're trying to build our super destroyer carrier thing. We've got beds for people, we've got very makeshift storage rooms, and we've got a very terrible... what do you want to call this thing? Research lab. So it's a bit of a hot mess. We're basically powered entirely with this vanometric power cell and 3 solar generators, so power is a bit of a problem, as well as a wood-fired generator with the wood that we don't really have. There's Zoingo, I see you over there. So, you can see it's a little messy. That said, we do have access to a lot of weapons, and we can begin to make vac suits. The only problem is the component cost as well as the plasteel, both of which are very hard to find. And we're trying to get more just general component, like just general stuff to keep ourselves alive. This ship, by the way, is very dangerous. There's like 3 entrances to it, so it's a little janky. We know there's attack waves coming in every couple days, and we need to go get the next core. Because the core is what's gonna let us keep building our ship out. In fact, I think there's one down here in a tundra that we're slowly kind of hopscotching through the islands to get over to, but it's still gonna take some time as our ship is not ready to launch for the next 2 days. And once that's ready, then we'll fly on over. We are entirely powered by poop, and I think we have room for 1 more person on the ship, and we're gonna need a lot more vac suits, otherwise people are not gonna survive, because holy cow. I have a frog in my throat as green as my clothes. What do you mean by that? No, I don't have no frog. Listen, basically, if you don't know what happened, last week I got hit with COVID. I don't know how I got it. I'm fairly sure I got it when I was in Canada, so if anything, blame the Canadians for me getting COVID. Because I would never let myself get COVID by accident. I would or on purpose. So I blame the Canadians. That's right. It's all the Canadians' fault. Yes, right now our ship is powered by chem fuel, and we are processing our legitimately, there's no better way to say this. Our leftover fecal sludge into chem fuel. That's the best way that we are doing things right now on the ship. I think our biggest issue is we actually lack components, and there is... Oh my gosh, that motorcycle is really loud. There is not a lot of there's not a lot of components available, and we're trying to grab as much as we can. Holy cow, that is really loud. So, anyways, besides that, this week, it's basically more Rimworld tomorrow, and then I haven't decided what I'm going to do on Wednesday, and then the usual vote on Thursday to see what we're going to play on stream, and I'm not sure what is. However, for those who are interested in Menace from last week, that game is actually now available for... I think the demo that I played is not publicly available, so if you are interested in playing it, like, they have it for you now, if you're intrigued by it, so definitely give it a shot if you are interested. Oh, right, we lost Ray, so who do we have right now? So we have Zoingo, Zeopulsar, Unholy, Scorsy, Marksman, Jozo, Mortal, Goldenrod, Garm, Espada, and Drunken River. That's right, we lost like 3 or 4 of our best fighters in the last stream due to some unfortunateness regarding our lack of protection. Until we can get our super cool Helldiver suits, which is... It's gonna be difficult. One of our main problems is we don't have fabrication. And we don't have advanced components, which means we need to go trade with someone to get advanced components. And very few people like us is the unfortunate reality of our situation. We don't even have animals that we can use to haul things around, so that's also another problem, unless we are willing to build a car somewhere on this ship. Now, we have 48 grav panels, which means we can expand a little bit. I was trying to expand it in this direction, but as you can see, it's a little bit of a mess, so it's kind of just a random platform. And then I think what I'm gonna likely have to do is I'll try to expand out south here, and I'll figure out what to do once I get that. Now, unfortunately, the ship does look like giant brick. I cannot do anything about that. This is a brick of a ship, and it's gonna look like this for the foreseeable future, I think. Also, we need to do some work orders, so I think Garm is gonna craft, because I think Ray was one of our best crafters, and then she died, so we have a few backup crafters. So Jozo's probably not gonna have to craft anymore. We'll make you hunt now that we have Immortal as the colony crafter. And then Unholy is going to be the colony, I guess, cook, actually, yes, because this is the only person who's capable of cooking it now. And Zeopulsar would handle animals if we had animals, so maybe have Zeopulsar fish is probably okay, and then we'll handle animals, then fish is fine. How can I let you die? Listen, people die when they are killed, and you are unfortunately killed by things that were entirely out of my control, and I had no way to stop it from happening. That's gonna be my excuse. Also, I'm gonna make I'm gonna make a storage thing here, and it's just gonna be munitions. I think just a weapons locker for munitions is fine. Get into battle? That is true, that was entirely in my control, but I felt it was necessary. For the greater survival of our colony, someone had to go out there and fight the bugs. Crazy! The bugs are always after us. That's right, we have a timer. We have 3.5 days until the next wave of insects come by, and thankfully it's not a big wave. We can handle that easily. Maybe I should do a Helldiver stream one of these days. How bad could a Helldiver stream really be? Alright, so what munitions are we using? So we have Liberty, so... Okay, so let me make sure we're putting in Liberty munitions, and then we're using Constitution munitions. Constitution. What other bullets are we using that I'm forgetting? Oh, 10 gauge, so we need to put 10 gauge in here as well. Basically, this entire thing's just gonna hold all of our ammo. Doesn't really matter, I think, where it's being held, as long as it's in a spot. So that should be fine. So we are low on food, which is not terribly surprising, considering we gotta go fish for some food real quick. Just do a small fishing zone. We're gonna hop out of this area very soon. Like, once this is ready to fly, we're flying out of here. Anyways, hopefully y'all had a fun weekend. Again, very sorry for being sick. I just... No idea what happened, other than COVID. And I'm okay now. I've been My sleep schedule's a little messed up, unfortunately, because of the amount of medicine I was taking, primarily NyQuil and DayQuil. Like, I took a lot of NyQuil and DayQuil, which is probably not good, as well as a lot of cough drops, which is also not good. So it's been an experience. Also, let's make sure this is important. Okay, so we should be able to haul this and this, and then we gotta haul. Oh, okay, we're using 920 redemption rounds. Redemption. Which I'm not sure what that one is from, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so haul, and haul those out of here. Hi, Ichi. I'm doing better. Thanks for swinging by. I appreciate it very, very much. Also, regarding the thing, I don't think I can ever do a mommy stream just because I think Ray would kill me. Like, can you imagine an entire stream where I'm just like, oh, look at all these wonderful pawns and how they're going about the... How do you even do that? How would I even do, like, a stream like that? I can't think of how that would even sound. Welcome, comrades. Are you ready to enjoy our Rimworld stream together? Where we're going to guide our wonderful pawns to victory against the insects. Well, I'm seeing the stop emojis already, so that's probably a good reason to stop. Ray would end me. Fair enough. Yeah, no, that's fair. That is perfectly understandable. Also, hello, Alana. How are you? But Ray, what if that's what the people want? What if that's what the people desire? Ray would just strangle me in person, like the next time she sees me. Like, she would find a way to... Oh, that was terrible leadership speech. Okay, that's unfortunate. Okay, so this thing... It's not out of capacity yet, right? Okay, so we're gonna go research. We're just gonna try to bomb rush our way towards marine armor. Let's get fabrication. Recon armor gets us a bunch of armor. Marine armor gets us even more armor. So this is the heavy stuff. This is the lighter stuff. Cataphract, there's nothing for us. So it's recon and marine. All right, fair enough. Ray has spoken, and she says, no, nothing like that allowed. I am obligated to listen to Ray. That is my... that is the requirement, I think. Ray... The audience demands Ray choking AS. I don't think... No. I don't think that's what people want. I don't think people want to hear me choking to death. That seems a little extreme and unnecessary. Oh, right, we can get our fish. What are we fishing here? Clownfish? We're not gonna have enough food, by the way. We should probably fly away now. I think we've got everything I care about. I don't think we need all that steel. And there's a bunch of components there. Let's just fly away. Alright, let's go. No need to be here anymore. Alright, so... we can land in the Scarlands or the forest. I think we're gonna land in that beautiful forest so we can at least farm some trees. Hold on. There is an island. There is also an abandoned colony with an ancient uplink. I think we'll take the forest. I think I want the forest more. Okay, so how about this? If I did do a subathon, what other rewards realistically would you possibly could you think of? I guess there's the... everyone picks a Emos. Hello, Skype. Oh, is that... why is your name Mama Floof Noodle Skypeon? I feel like... what happened? I just noticed. It's quite the name you've got there now. I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to react to this. Okay, we can land here. Okay, so thankfully it's a dual... okay, so there is half desert, half forest. I like this quite a bit. We're gonna land over here near all the trees. Maybe we should land over here near the ocean so we can at least farm that. Yeah, this is fine. Choke another stream group. Fair enough. Fair enough. How have you been doing? We have a limited amount of time until the bugs come by, so we gotta be quick. Alright, so farm this. We're not allowed to leave for another 4.1 days. That's fine. Chop the trees. We need a lot of wood ASAP. I'm not sure how long we'll stay on this tile, but we'll stay as long as I feel it's necessary. Please tell me if there's any plasteel. Okay, there is no plasteel on the map. It is just raw components, which is, I guess, fine. Lots of steel. But again, just we don't generate enough power. Oh, it's so tragic. Need to find a way. I mean, we need to find another power source. Yeah, you can actually make a fairly long name on Twitch, honestly, and it doesn't even have to be like all English characters. You can have like lots of other characters in there. I know a lot of people have like Japanese characters, although I think you're still required to have like an English or like a, you know, like an English alphabet name, like username that can be linked to. I'm not 100% sure about that though. Maybe I'm wrong. We're gonna need someone who's dedicated to hunting. The dedicated hunter in the colony is Jozo, who doesn't have a gun, which means you're not exactly set out to hunt. Are you a brawler? You are not. You know what? Even a person without the ability to use a gun correctly is fine if you have a shotgun. Because when in doubt, just take a shotgun. Also, we'd like to haul this munition over here now. This should be critical, and let's stop moving these bullets onto here. I'm gonna get rid of this area eventually. I don't like bullets staying here. What do you mean there's no storage space? Oh, there we go. Alright, we also need to hunt down some crops if we can get our hands on it. There should be some heal root. Otherwise, just kill all these animals. There, see, the opposers on the hunt. Okay. So all we gotta do now is hope for... Let's see, their nearest... So I think the way we're gonna do this, we're gonna hop next to this settlement. And then we'll hop down over here. That should be enough. Yeah, so here to here should be enough to get us to the frozen terraformer and get 40 more tiles to expand our ship, and we'll start expanding towards the rear. And hopefully, if not today, we might hopefully be able to start going into space. I think we have the requisite technologies. Like, yeah, we can build vac barriers and whatnot. It's just a lot of effort to get set up, you know? Can we just land in gravitas? I have no idea, actually. That's a good question. Also, there's a lot of very angry animals. That emu's after Jozo, and I'm not sure if I can stop it from killing. Can you shoot at this range? Okay, you cannot. Alright, you're gonna have to beat up that emu. Alright. You should be able to win against the emu. Maybe. I think that emu's winning. Hold on. Okay, never mind, you're fine. I finish that off. So hopefully we can go into space today. And then maybe we'll start doing some dives. Subathon goals, specific art stream, hand cam stream, karaoke. God, I've not done a karaoke stream in forever just because it's not something that I normally do. And kind of art streams kind of fill that in sometimes when I'll just badly sing along to another song, which I'm sure you've all heard me do a whole bunch of times. You know, I'm sure to the detriment of your ears. But so it's usually songs that I enjoy. A lot of weeb stuff. Also, holy cow, I cannot... Oh, fun fact, did you know I built a freezer here and I forgot to actually... set the temperature for that freezer? That's right. This cooler was never cooling anything down the whole time. I am so good at this game. Just copy that onto here. So now, hopefully we can haul these all in there. We need to find a trader. I think one of the big issues is that we don't have access to a trader that we can just sell all this, so maybe... we have just enough to maybe build a this comms console is gigantic. Also, that's 4 components. I don't have 4. Also, Garma's bald, I just realized. That feels bad. Let's fix Garm up. Let's just make Garm not bald. I feel kind of bad. Let's see. All right, let's get rid of the beard. Perfect. All right, now Garm's ready to go. Does it make sense to put it in the shipping crate tied to space? I mean, sure, but in this case, I think it's fine because we need to find a way to maintain keep the food while we're on the planet anyways. So, freezer makes sense in this scenario. We're just eating some very simple meals. It's not the most exciting of food, but it keeps our people fed. And right now, that's all that matters. Also, I don't know why they don't want to haul those slugs over there. Come on. This locker can carry apparently an infinite amount of kilograms of items inside of it. This thing can apparently hold a ton of munitions. And then... yeah. Okay, anyways, we gotta start setting up defenses. At least some light defenses. We need components bad. Where else can we get components? Because we can't manufacture them yet. That's really the killer. Being unable to build components is just really bad. Actually, wait a second. Okay. I was hoping to see if we had access to the shuttle, but we don't. Now, we could build a small vehicle. Or if we had 50 components, we could build a Pelican. This is the ultimate goal, building one of these bad boys, but 50 components is a lot, as you can see. Not to mention, not to mention the other parts that are required, including fueling components, turbojets, and transmission components, which are also additional components on top of that. Hello, Scooplers, guess who? Ice, put mods puts oak soup in the freezer. Why are you putting my soup in the freezer? I don't like cold soup. I don't know. There's a lot of people who are like, oh man, I love the taste of cold soup, like a cold, refreshing, you know, fruit soup. And I'm like, what is a fruit soup and why is that a thing? No, listen, a soup should be warm and hearty, not like light and fruity. Okay? It should be savory and filling, not cold and... yeah. Also, the other thing I'm trying to remember is where in the world is my exosuit technology, which I should have, and I don't remember where it's located. I'm sure we'll find it eventually. It's probably under main? Heavy exoskeletons. Okay, so we can make, okay, so we can actually make stuff. Okay, that's fine. I know it's you, Zan. Don't worry. Cold soup, and there's a fat layer on top. Yeah, that's a thing that people like for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not fond of it, but, you know. Who am I to question it? Oh, boy. Like how this turret was not able to shoot that thing. Okay. Hello, Espada. How are you? How am I feeling after Sharona? I'm fine. I'm generally okay after COVID now. I didn't have any major side effects other than... and the cough is disappearing, so... yeah, I should be okay. Like I said, it was a little rough the first day or two, but... after some time, it's... as the kids say, pretty Gucci. I cannot generate enough power. This colony eats up so much electricity. Even with the smelter off... I'm just trying to figure out, like, what else I could do to fix this. We also need to get Garma a different weapon. I think we're trying to get Garma's sniper kit, but we just don't have sniper rifles sitting around. How much? So soon, yeah, I think as soon as we're ready to fly out, we're just gonna fly out. No, you're not allowed to buy more vanometric power cells. We'll find more electrical options. I don't want to have to rely on just free vanometric cells. That's a little cheesy. There's a component site nearby, although I think this one's a little far now. Yeah, I didn't want to be there because that's where the psychic suppressor was. So I was like, nah, I'm out. Alright. Bugs are coming in. Barometric, nothing you say by Woodfield. We are using wood. Do you not see the giant stack of wood that I have acquired from chopping the local wildlife down? Really, the best option for power is if we can build some other interesting powers options that we don't have yet, but we will eventually. So I think I turned off most of the things that are not in use. Fun fact, I think the wall lamps apparently each eat 30 watts of electricity, which is actually a lot. Thankfully, as long as there's power, like, the solar gens go kind of crazy. And it's just barely enough to get us through the night. If anything, I need to add more solar generators. In fact, I should probably add additional solar generators to the other side of the ship, just so we have power. Just so we have... oh, that's right. There was actually a mod I was going to install that adds, like, these spaceship solar panels that don't eat up that much space, and they're like one tile each. I forgot about that. Oh well, anyways, let's get everyone Let's get everyone inside the ship area. Yeah, the folding solar panel things. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Alright, let's get ready to fight these bugs. We have components. Oh, we do have a... Unholy does have access to a singular machine gun, so at least we have that. So we're basically just assault rifles, machine guns, and shotguns. Anyways, let's see if we can handle this next wave of bugs. It's not a big wave. It should be easy enough to deal with. The bugs are not scary. Where'd my Firefox window go? Quite a bit of wood. Yes, it is. Alright. So the turrets are going to be the one turret's going to be first to engage. What are we actually fighting? Fuel mites and hell beetles. And that one dropped Psych IT, which we will grab later. Alright. Come on. Alright, so fun fact, our machine gun has incredibly high range. I'm gonna set the machine gun to suppressing fire. So it's just gonna keep shooting and hope it's gonna connect. And as it gets closer, our other weapons will fire as well. I don't want these things getting near the ship is the problem, just due to the fact that they do explode, I think. Cool, so fun fact, did you know applying heavy machine gun is the solution to all your bug problems? Also, yeah, Drunken Wayfarer is dying of... Oh, I just realized Drunken Wayfarer is missing a leg. We may need to fix that. Okay, yeah, Okay, fun fact, missing legs is generally considered not good. Okay, we need to expand the ship. I know what I need to do real quick, so... For the ship, temporarily, I need to expand this out 2 tiles. And then I'm going to put the door here. And I'm going to get rid of this door, because this door I'm going to replace with a vac seal. Probably do the same thing near the front until I can figure out what I'm going to do for the upper front area. We do need more machine guns, yes. We actually use auto medium turrets, which are okay, but they're surprisingly not as good as I would like compared to some of the other options I have. And it's a Manhunter pack of Angry Rhinoceri. I forgot I have the Rimworld. No, I forgot I have the HELLDIVERS music. Oh my gosh, this spot is like trying to run away from rhinos. I don't think you're gonna run away from those rhinos. I think those rhinos are gonna catch you. You might be dead here. Oh, geez. Okay, so they're not killing you, which is good. So I can come back and get you later. Alright, we'll get them in a second, but we need a... Everyone with a weapon needs to get ready to shoot down these rhinoceri. And we'll probably have to have Garm get ready to tend as fast as we can. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Alright, everyone's in position. Why are you not shooting quite yet? Oh, because you're using a shotgun, right? Okay, well, we can eat the rhinos for dinner. Alright, so why don't you go over... Okay, finish this one off, and then we're gonna have Garm quickly run over there and tend to Espada before Espada bleeds out. Extreme pain, yeah. You're kind of... Who would not be? After losing your arm to a rhinoceros, which is really bad. Oh my god. Our entire colony is just full of people who may no longer have limbs. Alright, so Garm's at least tending here, so you're not gonna die. You'll be fine. Alright, we gotta figure out what I'm gonna do about the missing limb problem. I guess we could just... I guess for the time being, for Drunken Wayfarer, I will give a... No bandage kits available. Never mind. Okay, do this until we have at least 20 in stock. So, at the very least, we can, you know, give them a peg leg and a hook hand until we can give them true democracy options that we just don't have available to us right now. That's really the main thing. We don't have the powers that democracy wants us to have. Where's our components? There's none left on here, is there? Oh wait, there's a bunch. There's at least 12 components, and I don't need the salt. And I don't think we need the steel either. We have so much steel. Make sure we grab those corpses. I want to make sure we rip those apart for food. And that should be fine. At the very least, Drunken Wayfarer doesn't actually have anything significant to do in the colony. Anyways, as I was saying earlier, what other subathon goals, if we did a subathon? Because that's what I've been trying to figure out. I've never done a subathon before, really. I think I did one like a long time ago, but it didn't really do much. So I'm just kind of curious what concepts go into this. I know people make it like a really big deal, but I've never really tried to do anything like that to celebrate anything. And what would I do with the subathon money? 3D model. Thought about doing a... Legitimately, I considered doing a VR stream on Wednesday. But I realized I also have not pulled out my Oculus in about 2 years. It's been sitting in a box, gathering dust. And I'm like, do I really want to? Sure, you want the mustache? I'll put the mustache on. Hello, Livicry, how are you? Mustache. There we go. You wish you could do 3D? Do you get motion sick? Or do you wish you could do 3D models? You could always learn how to use Blender. Ah. You could always learn how to use Blender. Learn how to sculpt, I guess. What if that was the art stream on... What if I did an art stream where it's just like, alright, today we're all gonna learn how to use Blender together, because I have no idea how this program works. I don't know, maybe that'd be a little too boring. I make soup on stream? Isn't that just called making hot pot on stream? I feel like that's just hot pot making. You know what we should also make? We have enough bullets, right? I'm not making more machine guns because we don't have enough. Immortal's the only one with the crafting skill, right? Yeah. But Immortal's researching. Because we don't have the components. That's right. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. The reason I did this is I wanted to expand this out, and I wanted to put the vac barrier here. Now, unfortunately, this just eats up components, which we barely have. Some stuff. Do you have any idea how much stuff you're not doing in order to focus yourself on your ongoing projects? I think you've mentioned it a bunch of times, like the sheer amount of stuff that you want to do, but the amount of time that you don't have to do all the things that you want to do. Yeah. Especially when you're doing Rimworld and work, it's a lot. To be fair, I'm also kind of the same way. There's a lot of things I want to do that I don't have time to do. It's definitely a mood, and I definitely sympathize with that feeling. Like, sometimes I like to think, like, imagine all the things I could have done with my life if I didn't become a VTuber. I probably could become a pretty good artist, or pretty good modder for a game of some kind. But at the same time, I also wouldn't have developed the skills necessary to become a VTuber, such as, you know, having a personality, or streaming and video editing. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that. Let's pretend like being a VTuber gave me the skills to do things that I normally wouldn't have never done. Yeah, we can pretend. Alright, where's Drunken Wafer? I'm gonna give you a leg. I'm gonna give you a peg leg. Alright, right leg. And then where is Jozo, who lost an arm? Let's give you... Oh, no, not you. No, I almost removed your tongue. Who was it? Espada. Alright. So the problem is you're a body purist, which means you hate it if I give you any body part. So maybe I can't do that. Maybe that's a bad idea. I didn't say that. You have a personality. Your personality is just being a mute streamer. There's a lost city hidden under a plume of toxic fallout. Oh, we could go over there and see if there's anything of note. It would require some days of travel to get there, but it could... Oh, jeez. If we send someone, we could send Goldenrod and Immortal and Jozo. Probably not Jozo. Maybe Immortal and Goldenrod and maybe someone else would be fine. But if it's toxic, we have to be very careful. These suits have tox protection, yes, which is not ideal. It's not enough, really. How many points? How many of these things do I have again? I have 40 panels. I think I have to build more solar gens. I hate doing this, but I think I have to. So this is what, 4? Alright, I think that would be enough to get that at least taken care of. To get 3 solars there. 1, 2... Okay, maybe not that last one. We don't need that last one. Perfect. Yes, we are still making metric tons of chem fuel from bio waste, but all that chem fuel has to go back into filling our chem fuel tanks that we used to, you know, fly around. In fact, we probably could also get builder. Okay, we can launch again. Do we just leave? Is there any point to staying on this tile? Not particularly, right? We got the wood we wanted. We have steel in large quantities. I think I'd be okay moving on. We could try flying to the Toxic City. Let me think. If we fly over there with the ship, and anyone who doesn't have a vac suit stays inside, I think that could be doable. It would just be... It'd be a little rough, but it could be our only option to acquire different things that we need. So what I'm going to do, actually, is where's Scorsy? I'm going to have Scorsy drop the vac suit. Yeah, and then I'm going to give that vac suit to Marksman instead. Because Marksman's a pretty good fighter. So that would at least give us the option to send Marksman in. And you should also probably switch to a Super Citizen Casual at some point too, before I forget. Yeah, you know what? I think we'll try it. I'm sure it will not be something I'm gonna regret within 5 seconds of us landing. Let me make sure. Okay, we don't have enough components for this. Let's not build this turret. So we can at least requisition those components to make one. To at least make one of these. And this machine gun lets us spend all these weapons. I can get those components back. At the very least, we can build. At the very least, we can build some power extension for the colony. Okay, that'll be fine. So yeah. Other than that, I don't know. We'll see. I would love to have a 3D model. I keep saying one of these days I'll get a 3D model, but 3D models are expensive, and every time I look, the ones that I would commission are full or a little more pricey than I would like. Unless I want to do something like low res or low poly, like a PlayStation 1-esque model. Oh, there's a bunch of angry tribes people that are coming to attack our ship. Fun. So maybe we'll see. I feel like people would probably really like a low res model more than the super fancy stuff. An orbital fugitive has sent us a message. In custody, transport pod, lead abandoned orbital platforms in custody, trafficking dangerous artifacts. If we travel to the abandoned platform and kill Ladry, we will be rewarded a pilot sub-persona core. Okay, that's really good. Problem is getting into space. When we don't really have life support systems in the ship. So we can't. I'd like to do that quest, but it would be very difficult. Also, I think everyone should be allowed in the home area, so come on, build me my platform, please. Unless I have run out of gravlight panels, in which case that would suck. Might have actually run out of panels. Oh, wow, yeah, I think I actually ran out of panels. That's unfortunate. Anyways, we're being attacked. You got a gun, you gotta fight. Come on. Alright. Let's see if we can survive this. Oh, they're not attacking yet. Alright, never mind, just go rest. Yeah. They're not attacking it, we should be okay. So then I should be able to build a small vac barrier. Yeah, I ran out of panels. Yikes. Okay. That's unfortunate. But yeah, what are the other things that people like? Emotes. Oh, I did see a person with some emotes that I was considering commissioning. I know it's not commissioning Ika, but I know Ika's been like very busy with some other stuff, and sometimes she goes a little MIA. So it's like, okay. Alright. Draft everyone with a gun. Every super citizen has to super fight to defend our super colony. They're probably going to destroy the generators, my guess. If he actually goes for the walls, then he's asking to die. Maybe Scorsy should not go out there and not die. Thank you very much. Stay here, please. Still trying to fend off all these. Okay. So the turrets are more than enough to deal with these guys, I guess. Okay, cool. So let's not waste any more bullets, thanks. Okay, I think we just fly over. I think we'll be fine. It's a risk, but I think it's a risk I'm willing to take. Let's go. Your favorite Warhammer VTuber is streaming? Forgot you're gonna stream today? I can't believe I'm a Warhammer VTuber now. I don't even know anything about I barely know anything about Warhammer. Except I know that Warhammer Dawn of War 4 is coming out soon because my friend linked me the trailer and I was like, that game looks pretty cool. Anyways, how are you doing, Skylet? Let's go to Toxic City. Oh, I can't. I actually cannot go next to it. I have to land next to it and walk over. All right, sure, why not? Let's try it. Let's just... Let's try this. I don't know, it looked okay, but I didn't play Dawn of War 3. I think I played the demo when it came out, and I was like, this is okay, but I don't have a frame of reference from Dawn of War 2 to understand. The Citizens decided to bare their teeth at Helldivers. Exactly, that's why we had to kill them, and we didn't capture any of them because they were not worth saving. Not everyone is worth saving. And so we don't. Sometimes people have to die. For the greater good. Just wait until we get our weapons. One more hammer is all it takes to become Warhammer. Okay, so we're gonna land... Gosh, I wish there were components. I wish there was plasteel. It's fine, I don't really care. Like a MOBA. Yeah, I heard it did play like a MOBA. To be fair, I think that was like around the time when MOBAs were like super popular. Like League of Legends and Dota were like at the zenith of their popularity. Alright, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go send a small contingent over there. We're gonna send in Marksman, Goldenrod, Mortal, and... Gosh, that's about it. They cannot carry that much at all. Espada could carry stuff, but Espada's missing an arm. So just like bringing a person with no... Yeah, because there's no animals we have or robots. Alright. Because the vac suit eats up so much. Alright, I think we'll send 3 just to see what's there. Yeah, let's send 3 over. Take all the survival meals. Take a couple simple meals over there too. Let's see. In the meanwhile, if I could build a bicycle, that'd be great. Also, if there's any compacted machinery. Oh, did it actually get... I remember like people saying that it was like really bad. Yeah, I do remember that. We're getting before Dylan was screenshot the writing actors like set up in this day and age. Did you see the trailer? The trailer is basically just more typical, you know, Emperor jerking, Omnisaya. I think it's like my friend said it was Mechanicus, Necrons, and Orcs. I believe the same in CF manuals. All systems of Earth are equal, but Helldivers are more equal. Are you sure? Sometimes it feels like Helldivers are more just like the really dumb troops that are being sent in there knowing that they're gonna die, but they're dying gloriously. Then you see some comics where like, no, Helldivers burn brightly, but they burn the shortest. It really depends on your interpretation of what a Helldiver really is. I love the Helldivers. Still need to finish Mechanicus. I remember a video I watched called it like a Mechanicus, because it's technically Latin or like Latin derivative, so it's not Mechanicus, it's Mechanicus. And I was like, I guess you could pronounce it that way. Yeah, they're gonna die in the first and airborne operation. That's also true too. But I think it's just I think in Helldivers lore it's more... Oh geez, what is this? Alright, well this sure is an abandoned city. Who's ready to go figure out what's happening in here? Alright, so you're over encumbered. You're not. You are over encumbered. Okay, so these people cannot carry that much. Alright, I don't know how we're gonna even explore this. I guess the first thing to do would be go over here, probably. Let's deconstruct it. Let's get everyone over there. A lot of dead people with alcohol. Also, these people should probably reload their firearms soon. There's got to be treasure somewhere. Did I bring a builder? Combat suppliers arrived. Okay, we can sell them stuff at least. Let's get marksman over here. Actually, hold on. Okay, these corpses don't have too much. It is toxic fallout, so we do need to be a little careful. Okay, so you're not a builder. You're not a builder. Thankfully, marksman is a builder. Fantastic. Let's have marksman rip this apart. Pull down for additional reinforcements. That's also true too. I do love Helldivers. I need to play more Helldivers. I actually tried playing some Helldivers the other earlier this week, and it was a lot of fun. Just going in there and oh jeez, at least trying to be good at the game. I was fighting against Illuminate, and my favorite weapon against them is the Eruptor, because man, having an explosive rifle. Oh my goodness, when did Zoingo start dying? Oh, a Mad Badger almost. Okay, hold on, we gotta save Zoingo, who's almost dead from a Mad Badger. Oopsies. Can you quickly just tend to Zoingo real fast? Make sure he doesn't die. I wasn't paying attention. What's in here? Oh my god. Oh, no, run. Oh, jeez. Okay, well, they're leaving us alone, so that's a good sign. You reload real fast. You reload real quick. They're not attacking me, that's okay, but... there is an ancient storage container, but I don't know how I'm gonna get around the Megapede problem. We have weapons, but they're not exactly designed to fight Megapedes, I think. Now, if they just keep going south, maybe we can just go in there, sneak in. In fact, that's probably what we're gonna do. Let's just quickly run over there. No, I was playing against the Illuminate. Why would I play as the Illuminate? Oh boy, it's a little risky. No, pull back, pull back, pull back. Oh, no, man, they're hungry. I think they might have activated them, which means now we're in very big danger. Oh boy. Oh boy. This might have been a mistake. Oh shoot. Oh jeez, yeah, we gotta run, we gotta run. I think Immortal might be dead here. Oh. Oh, that barely put a dent in that one. Okay. If Marksman can make it... Hold on, let's see if Goldenrod can maybe assist by shooting here. I'm not sure what Goldenrod can pull off, but let's see. That thing is not taking any damage. Jeez. He's knocked down, he's not dead. I'm not sure if... come on, get up. Get up! Okay. Pull back, just keep pulling back. Okay. Are you able to... Okay. Not in range. Oh, jeez. I gotta pull back. Are we gonna lose 2 more people? 3 more people, probably? Oh, Jesus. Also, this combat supplier we need to trade with them real quick. Alright, trade with them. We are not ready for fighting, here. Oh, never mind. Yeah, okay, we gotta run. At the very least, Goldenrod might be able to escape, but, I think Marksman and Immortal are both dead. Oh, okay, all 3 of them are dead. Is there a way to save them? Is there a way to save them, or are they all just dead? Okay. Alright, here's my whack plan. Hold on, hear me out. Here's my wacky plan. I'm gonna form a caravan, send Josamoto over there, carry 20 of these and a meal. Run this way. In 3 days. Oh, you entered instantly because it's right next door. Okay. Can we get over there and just like quickly rescue, or is Josamoto gonna die here? Yeah, I would not have been able to land the ship in here. Oh, there's no way we're gonna be able to get over there. Okay, so they won't sell us any components because they have none. An intel map is kind of tempting. Confidential intel map. Sell Safarium, sell the knives. I could... Zeus Hammer's tempting. The weapons aren't really worth much. I can't really... the problem is that I can't really justify buying any of this. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of this is not really worth... sell some of the garbage. Probably. Okay. Yeah. Why don't people go fishing and say, oh, it's just gonna annoy them, throw those things. To be fair, I think a lot of people do struggle, like, if you're gonna try to land a headshot with a anti-material rifle, it is fairly difficult. Okay, so here's my thing. If Jozo can somehow sneak their way over to where Immortal is, we might be able to stabilize them, but that's a very high-risk action. And we're also getting raided. So, fun fact, all of our guns are not here anymore, which is a problem. Oh, right, weren't we supposed to get another pawn when we completed the other... Okay. Goldenrod's dead. Too much venom in the body. Don't know if I'm gonna be able to get over there. Marksman's got 4 hours, Immortal's got 3. I'd like to save Immortal if possible. But due to the size and complexity of this labyrinth, that might not be feasible. The raid is immediate, right? They're attacking immediately? Okay. Maybe you can just hold off with a shotgun here while we try to gun him down. Come on. 3 hours, 2 hours. Alright, they're trying. Let's get Garm out here too. Garm's got a gun. Alright, Shotgun Master's the opposer is able to hold him off. Have Shotgun Master help out. Okay, good. They're leaving. Perfect. Okay, so Garm is at least a backup crafter. Oh my goodness, why are you having a mental break? No sad wandering. You can't sad wander. There's no time to be sad. There's no time to be sad. You have to go over there and save them. Okay. We might be able to sneak around and save Immortal. If we can, that'd be ideal. Okay, so what we're gonna do is quickly try to just carry you out of the way. Just carry out of the way here. Okay, now we have to do emergency triage. I think we can tend to Immortal, and that should be enough to keep you alive. Maybe. Okay, and then we're gonna quickly stabilize Marksman. Okay, and then we're gonna go back to Immortal and tend to Immortal's injuries. Okay, so you're fine. And then we're gonna go turn back over here and tend to Immortal, so Immortal doesn't explode into a million tiny pieces. This is such a mess. I don't know how we're gonna survive the next wave. Okay, Zongo's alive. Alright, rescue the poor guy, please. Alright, so Goldenrod did die. Which I do want to bring his body back. Okay. Alright, so they're all gonna live. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have you quickly carry Immortal. We're gonna have to leave. Okay, so what we're gonna do. So, okay, that's your literal husband, okay. You are a doctor. Can you not feed him? Why can't you feed him? Oh, I know why. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we need to quickly make a sleeping spot. Let's just put one here. Set these some medical spots. And then we're gonna rescue you. And then we're just gonna care, and then we'll rescue Immortal. I'll have to come back for the other body is the other problem. Okay. So then we're gonna feed Marksman. So you'll survive. You're just gonna have to stay here for a little bit on your own, and hopefully nothing's gonna attack you, which you should be okay in theory. I'm gonna have Jozomoto carry Immortal. And we're gonna carry Immortal off the map. Oh wait, can I just reform the caravan? Okay, reform the caravan. Oh, too heavy. Especially if we want to also take the dead corpse of our friend. Okay, so we have to send someone else at the very minimum. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna form a caravan of Scorsy and Espada to go here. We're just gonna, as long as they're there, we should be able to just reform the caravan as soon as they arrive. I typically play on a modified version of Strive to Survive, I think is what I normally do. Okay, so send caravan right back over here. Carry all of these. And then... And then we're gonna make sure we take... Wait a second, what is happening? Okay, so they're here. Undraft that. Let's go here. Okay, so... Oh, I see what's happening. I don't know why I'm not... Oh my goodness, because they're right over... They're right next to us. Okay. Okay, cool. So this might be a bad idea. Okay, so I need them to stay outside. The problem is the bugs were approaching and preventing us from rescuing them. I need them to work together and enter together. And then hopefully they can survive the toxic buildup. But yeah, I typically do a modified version of like Strive to Survive where I think I just set friendly fire usually down to 0. It's most of what I typically do. Can we... Is this enough to rescue them? Okay, so the Megapede's actually dead. So we could, in theory, carve our way through the rest of these bugs, probably. Okay. Yeah, we can probably carve through the rest of these. Toxic buildup's not killing them yet, so that's fine. Scorsy doesn't have a weapon, so I do need to be careful about that. Can probably carry Immortal off the map. Okay. No, you cannot. Okay, got it. Probably have to make a temp shelter, yeah. Until we can get these guys figured out. Okay. Okay, in that case, do any of these people have building skills? Marksman's the only one. Okay, so congrats to Unholy, who is now required to build. So here's what we're gonna do. Promise I don't have any materials with me. I don't have any wood or metal. Oh, but it only affects the roofed area, right? So I think what we can do... Hold on. Close to the map edge, that's fine. Just do this. Set 2 of them to medical. And then get rid of these. And you quickly rescue. And then I want a roof built right here. And that should be enough to keep them alive. And then we'll park ourselves in there temporarily. Okay. Excellent. Then we're gonna undraft you. And then undraft you. No. Yes. I'll rescue Immortal. Who was my builder? Oh my goodness. Which one of these idiots was the builder? Unholy. Why can't I make you build? Okay, build the roof area. Okay, then you rescue Immortal. No, build the roof! There we go. Oh my goodness. Stop trying to grab that food, please. There we go. Okay. So there's at least a small amount of protection. Okay. So I think what I have to do is I have to strip Immortal. No, strip Marksman of that gear. We're gonna give it to Scorsy We're gonna give it to Unholy for now. And And then Scorsi's gonna take that gun. And the munitions, which this uses... Okay, the 550 Liberty to take that. Okay, then Scorsi's gonna run around with this for now. Okay. And then... should be fine. Espada has basically no combat capability, but we'll still take that pistol. Okay. I think Immortal's okay staying here. Cannot feed. Who's our doctor? Espada's our doctor. Okay, so can you quickly feed Immortal? And then I'm gonna order Scorsi and Jozo. These two should be enough to handle the small bugs. Right? Because the Megapede's almost dead. It's just a matter of wiping the small fry out. Right? Should not be that difficult. We have heavy weapons. Okay. So now the biggest threat is the Spellopede, probably. And then we'll have to go in and kill the hives. Uh-oh. Good. Alright, fantastic. Okay, so fun fact. These things are a little more violent than I had anticipated. And we have to actually smash them with the butts of our rifles. Okay, good. Alright, let's go in there. Alright, you are gonna stay in here. You've already fed Immortal. Let's see. Why don't you... Hold on, let's blast these real quick. I want to make sure that, like, I want to make sure I'm not leaving anything to chance with these things. Alright, let's open this first. Oh, there's recon armor. An armored concealed rig. Okay, wait, the recon armor is actually crazy. Hold up. Okay, so the recon armor at least gives some extra protection early now. Alright, so can I don't think I can... I can't fit the rig, but... neither of these two are really... should take it. I'm gonna give it to... Unholy. There's a helmet and an armor. I'd realistically give it to Mortal and Marksman, but they're both kind of... dying. So, not exactly what I would call an ideal situation. Oh, there's another bug there that we didn't kill. Hello. Wanna shoot this one real fast? Kinda came out of nowhere and knocked Scorsi down. Come on. Alright, fantastic. And that was not what was my intention. Let's run. Okay. So my concern is, I'm not sure if that Crypto Sleep cast is gonna open and if what's in there. I have one person with grenades. Is it worth trying to crack it open, or is that a risk? Maybe we pull out now. If we pull out now, we're not coming back. I think it's the other problem. Oh, jeez, these bugs keep waking up. I thought I killed them all. Okay. Alright, at the very least, can you run in there and quickly grab that helmet? Okay. I'm actually not sure what happens. Hold on, I'm gonna save. I want to make sure. It's, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a very small pot shot at. Actually, hold on. We can just wait. It's almost dead. These things have something in them. Okay, so fun fact. Apparently, there's no easy way to open them. So, we're gonna have Scorsi walk over there and... Oh, wait. Oh, they're empty. These things are empty. What am I doing? Holy cow. Let's get out of here. Okay. Alright. So we have two choices. We can keep exploring, or we could just get out with what we have. These two are still being tended to, and hopefully they're not going to die, but they should be okay. Toxic buildup is rough, but what are you going to do when it's a toxic fallout? I think we can risk exploring just a little bit more. First of all, Josomoto needs to sleep, though. However, the remaining two are being the toxic fallouts. Let's see. What other areas are there? There's one over here. Let's just take a quick peek. And if I don't see anything I like, I think we just leave. Okay. Okay, nothing of note. I really want to check that other one. I really want to check it. All right. Let's do this. I will say the Helldivers run is at least very exciting, if not stressful. This is a very stressful run when people are on the verge of dying every 5 seconds. I think Goldenrod was also one of our pawns of the role, which means we now have to find a new person for that role. Alright, can we just shoot this? It's not worth wasting bullets. Okay. Unholy. I have to deconstruct this real fast. And then if it's bad, we run. It's probably gonna be bad. What in the world? Oh my goodness. Come on. Your gun has no bullets. I think we run. Oh, mechanoids are arriving on the city too, so we really can't stay here. Okay, so you need to reload. Okay, and then you need to reload. Okay, that's not as bad as I was expecting. You know what? That's true. I probably should deconstruct from the corners, huh? Okay. Okay. Okay, so we baited it out. So then we're gonna run over here. Never mind. Scorse's getting mauled to death. Oh, they're hungry. Okay, maybe you should do Snapfire. Oh no. Okay, you gotta run. Okay, Josamoto, you gotta fight. These two will survive. Okay. I thought those two would be enough. I was wrong. I thought it was gonna work. It clearly did not, and that's my own mistake. Spotto's got a gun. Let's send 2 people over here. Maybe we should be moving in teams of 4. Maybe there's a reason why Helldivers move in teams of 4, right? I don't know what's even happening on this map right now. None of them... The one person who can build Zoingo is currently dying, so... Yeah. Okay, so at the very least, that recon armor is keeping Unholy alive. For now. Unfortunately, everyone's move speed is garbage because everyone's like probably over encumbered. In fact, if I take a look right now, move speed is so low because light, encumbered, and the vac suit naturally provides a significant penalty. We really need to get the Helldiver armor. This stuff is just... The vac suits are just bad. Oh jeez, okay, shoot, come on. Okay, good, we managed to get one. Alright, then we've got to quickly knock this one out. Okay, quickly tend. And you quickly tend. Let's make sure these two don't die. It's been this is like the 3rd stream, actually, surprisingly. The reason we haven't had Helldiver armor is we don't have the advanced components to make a fabricator. If we had the fabricator, I think we'd be fine, but the lack of fabricator is killing me. And Helldiver armor is basically, it's basically recon and other armor. Okay, so you tend now. So Scorse's gonna be fine. Okay, in that case, let's quickly go in here. These things, I believe, are empty. Unholy's now catatonic. Whatever, just open this thing. Just grab the components, get out. Just don't bother. If we have the components, just get out. You grab the remaining 2. We're just leaving. I think we just get out of here, honestly. I don't think it's worth staying. Okay. Too heavy. Because Unholy is catatonic. Okay. So, how much time until the next wave? We have time. Okay, so what I'm going to quickly do... Okay, so I'm going to go form a caravan. We're going to send Garmin and Zeophoser over there. And then that's going to be another stack of bodies that can carry stuff. Okay, listen, we're basically really poor Helldivers. Okay, so okay, so I can't bring all this back. So we don't take the food. Keep the munitions. What would we be okay dropping and not taking back? The shotgun. Okay, I think we leave the slugs behind because they're really heavy. Oh, we need to bring the dead body of Goldenrod. We leave the EMPs. That's not the worst option. Okay, so no matter what, I don't think we're taking back Goldenrod with us. Yeah. Everything is just so heavy, and we don't have a way to carry all of it. Drop the EMPs. We're still short. What's the heaviest thing? Sort by weight. Okay. It's... Everyone's too heavy. Everyone's too heavy. Okay, hold on. What if we go in batches? Hold on. What if we go in batches? Let's leave Unholy behind. And leave Scorsy behind. And we're gonna come back for them. They just have to stay here by themselves, right? I think that'll be okay. Everyone's heavy. Listen, it is just a observation of the situation at hand, okay? We have some very chunky comrades who are maybe need to go hit the gym a little bit more. All right, so we at least brought some of them back. Okay, so why don't you... Okay, so then what we're gonna do is let's have Zoingo... No, let's have Drunken Wayfarer rescue Marks, and then we're gonna go back to the world map, go here, form caravan. Anyone with a positive carrying capacity that's not... Yeah, that should be fine. So send these 4. No travel supplies. Go back this route, send instantly. And then we're just gonna ferry them back again. This is the only way I can think. HR, I am HR. I am the only power that is in this institution, obviously. I have the power to command and control space and time. Okay, so then change route, go here, accept. So take that, and then take the advanced components, take the regular components, take the plasteel, and take Goldenrod. Oh, Goldenrod weighs 60 kilograms. Okay. So, we cannot do that. So we can't carry Goldenrod. He's legitimately too heavy. Wait a second, this weight thing seems broken. Hold on. Wait a second. Hold on. The weight thing seemed broken. I don't know why. Try that again. World map. Okay. I don't know why that seems broken. I don't know why. I feel like we should be able to just carry everyone. Technically, since we're so close, I think we can. So just I'm gonna shortcut it since I don't want to have to do multiple trips. So just grab all the stuff that matters. Yeah, we want our munitions. I guess we take the small snatch of smoke leaf, and I think all the other corpses we leave behind. Take the liberator. Take the rum. Send. And then they are here. Okay. So let's make sure they all get rescued. Okay, you're actually dying, so let's quickly tend to you like right now. Okay. And then I think we should be fine. Alright, so, surprisingly, despite all that chaos, we lost one person, which is kind of crazy to think about. And also that map tile's no longer on the screen, so that's also unfortunate. Anyways, we gotta make sure everyone survives. Let's get you rescued over, so you're tended to. Everyone's tended, no one's gonna die. We do need to figure out how we're gonna bury Goldenrod's corpse, so the classic option of just build a grave and we'll honor the poor fella. Okay, medical emergency, so we got emergency, that's fine. Okay. We did it, we survived. What a nightmare. Oh my goodness, the only good thing is that we did manage to find advanced components, which actually means we now have access to... Oh shit, did I not research it? Fabricator. Oh, we're in the middle of researching fabrication. Okay, so once we get fabrication, we'll be okay. So then we can actually... We've more or less resolved our component problem for the rest of the run. Advanced components are still a bit of an issue, but... You know, we'll work around that. We'll figure it out. Okay, undraft you. Let's just let all the pawns relax for a bit. I'm gonna use the restroom because I need to use it. I've been holding it for a little too long, so I'll be right back, comrades. Gawk at this thing, and hopefully I'll have something entertaining to talk about when I return. Something actually did come to mind earlier today that I thought was kind of vaguely interesting. I don't know if anyone pays attention, but there's this kind of small-time gaming company called EA Games that apparently today they announced that the company was being sold. Take a guess for how much this company's being sold for. If you pay attention to gaming stuff, you'll know, but if you don't, you'll be quite shocked at how much the company's being sold for. Oh no. EA Games is being sold for $55 billion, which is absolutely insane to me. The company whose entire... Oh, hold on.
What is this thing I've been hearing about called work-life balance?
Work-life balance is it's a thing that they make up to try to get you to work more. Actually, no, I actually have really good work-life balance, but there's just certain things that have recently occurred at work that require me to be working a little bit extra overtime, and after stream, I'm probably gonna have to keep working a little bit more because I have to get something done by tomorrow before I get into work, so I probably have to spend like an extra 2 hours after stream to do some work. Not exactly ideal, but it has to get done. Anyways, yeah. Thanks, Garm, also for the free sub. I appreciate it very, very much. You are 24 months. That's actually crazy. 2 whole years of being subbed. I know you've been here for much longer than that. I appreciate it, Garm. Glad that you've been with us on these wacky journeys. What would you like to name your 2-year-old sub baby? I think that's what they call it now, right? But anyways, yeah. EA Games is being sold for $55 billion, and you're never gonna guess. No, it's the whole company. The entire company, EA Games, is going private in a $55 billion buyout. Apparently the stock for EA, it's like they're selling... I think each stock was worth like $250 in the buyout. Which is crazy. For context. Okay, guess who the buyer is? Guess who's buying a company who all they make is football games and The Sims and Battlefield? It is the Saudi Arabian Sovereign Wealth Fund. And I think like some other other private equity companies. But the biggest one is the Saudi Arabians are buying EA Games, which is a very interesting statement to make, I guess. I'm not sure why they chose to buy it, but apparently the sports titles that EA Games releases literally rakes in like $7 billion a year in gross revenue, because that people to play those games, those sports games, one, you have to buy a new edition every single year, and you have to spend money to get like your player cards. So literal gacha packs in digital gacha packs for your sports characters, which is absolutely nuts to me. And that's how they make a lot of their money. Also, they have The Sims and a bunch of other stuff. EA is pretty evil, I don't disagree, but it's kind of messed up when I saw like, oh yeah, by the way, the Saudis are gonna do control everything now with that company. I have to grab like pounds, I can't make this thing. So after this bug attack, we're gonna summon a new pawn to join us. Now that we got an unknown bed over there. We have 2 unknown beds, so technically we get 2 pawns on the next 2 fights, I think. Only our researchers could research faster. We could get the fabricator. Actually, not only the fabricator, I would love to have access to automated fabrication, but that might be a little expensive. So, anyways, that's the whole new thing with EA, which I'm sure most people don't particularly care, but as someone who actually does play some EA games, even though I haven't really played much of them in a while, I in fact uninstalled, you know, The Sims recently, but Battlefield 6 is coming out very soon, and I'm very excited for that, and it's like, hey... Yeah, so anyways, your company's getting sold, which means we don't know if the support for this game is going to be ongoing as you would like it to be, and I'm like, oh, that's not fun. So, we'll have to see where this goes, if you get what I'm saying. Alright. I don't know what a Mega Thrip is, or a Venomite, but one of the issues we're running into in this fight is that we just don't have enough weapons. And Scorsy does not need that gun anymore, so we're gonna have you drop that. And we're gonna give that weapon back to Marksman, because that is Marksman's weapon of choice. And hopefully that will mean Marksman is ready for fighting. Perfect. We need to get you a vest. Alright, hold on. I don't know why I don't have combat. You know what, hold on. Maybe we should build an exo frame for a few pawns to just carry stuff. It's not the worst idea. I will hold off on that, I think. The other thing we can do is we could build... So these are just backpacks. They can improve your carry weight and bulk capacity. Patrol pack, supply pack, recoilless rifle pack. Ooh. It will improve your bulk carry capacity and the CF shield pack, which also provides a shield. Okay. Well, we'll come back and think about that. So, anyways. I don't know. I just saw that news earlier, and one of my friends, as soon as I saw the news, they immediately sent me like a message and like, is this the end of The Sims? And I had to double check what the hell they were talking about, because apparently, fun fact, The Sims 2 has very different cover art depending on the region you're playing. It's actually kind of amusing. Would you like to see what I'm talking about? Hold on. And I think this is the main reason she was concerned, was because The Sims is very supportive of like LGBTQ ideas, and Saudi Arabia is very much a country that is known for not being supportive of anything like that whatsoever. And so here's the normal Sims 2, like the international box art, right? This is I remember this a lot because I played a lot of The Sims 2. I had it on PC and I had them on CDs. If you don't remember, like the original install for The Sims 2 was, I kid you not, 4 CDs. I still have the 4 CDs sitting around somewhere. Here's the Saudi Arabian cover. Point out, it's just all guys. It's all dudes all the time. So apparently not even the aliens were allowed to be on there. And no women allowed, only men. Which I think is kind of funny. Yeah, that's kind of the implication also, Skylit, which... So it's, I'm not sure why, but I told my friend, like, I don't think anything's gonna happen. I think your game is gonna be perfectly fine, because there is literally zero reason for them to ruin an income stream that is making them money. Unless they really want to ruin it for ideological reasons, which, who knows, maybe they will. Okay, what is the problem in our colony? We need a temple room. Yeah. Taking on battlefield? I don't know. I don't think it, like, I think for whatever's already out there, nothing's gonna happen, realistically. I don't know where I'm gonna put a fabricator in here. This place does not have enough room for a fabricator. What does this thing do? Fabrication bench is very, very large. So I could put it here. I would need one more component, which I don't know where, if I have any more. I know I have the advanced components. Oh wait, I don't have the components for this, actually. Wait, where's my advanced components? Hold on. Where is my components, actually? Components. Okay. Okay, there. So we have 11 plus... Okay, so we have enough advanced. We just don't have the standard components. Okay. After this next wave, we're going to fly to the next tile. We just need to survive. And then we'll get another pawn to join us and see what kind of treasures they will bring with them. In the meanwhile, if there's any compacted machinery, which there's a bunch, we should probably farm those out and stop digging up steel. Let's go dig up the other stuff. I don't need steel. I need I need the standard components. This is at least 20. Well, like I said, it's just one of those things that people are, I think, rightfully concerned about, that there could be potential censorship in the future for their games. Because I don't think that anything should ever be censored. Like, video games should not be a thing that's censored, but companies will, you know, political entities will try to do stuff. But to be fair, Saudi Arabia's also bought various other game companies, and there hasn't been any censorship with those because, hey, they realize they're just trying to make money. Companies need to make money. The real more interesting thing is, if you don't know how this works, EA was purchased. That 20 billion of those dollars was known as leveraged buyout, which means when they purchased EA, they also saddled EA with $20 billion of debt. which possibly means that they're going to strip EA bare and transfer the assets to other companies and let EA essentially get rot to the ground and then disappear from the annals of history, which could happen. Private equity tends to do that to companies when they think they can get something out of it and not have to pay their creditors back by so who knows. If you're familiar at all with how leverage buyouts work, that tends to happen. To be fair, yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna cry over it because EA has been kind of downhill for a very long time and it's pretty rough. That's a very good point. Honestly, I'm pretty sure they just bought it strictly because of the sports titles. Like, legitimately, the sports titles make a ton of money and have such huge brand recognition. That's probably why they got bought out. Especially because I know Saudi Arabia and like a lot of Middle Eastern countries, at least the more wealthier ones, are trying to diversify their portfolios and not rely entirely on oil money by essentially going into software, entertainment, technology, that type of thing, which, makes sense. You need to move away from that type of stuff if you can afford to. Did we get those components yet? Not quite. I think once we get those components, we're just gonna probably put a fabrication bench in here. So we're gonna move this this workbench probably here, and let's move this door. Let's move this. Just move this one back out here. I think this is fine. And that should be enough room for a fabrication bench, I think. It's been cringed for 25 plus years. It used to be good. And I think a lot of people will cling onto the nostalgia of this is what EA used to be like. EA used to make good games. They don't anymore. No, they fall into the trap of being complacent and also hunting the biggest dollar. And I'll never forgive them for what they did to The Sims. I mentioned this before, but I am a big fan of The Sims, and it's been basically a constant feature of my life for a very long time. And the direction they took it in was not ideal, and the direction they're still taking it in is even worse, because as far as I understand, they are going to keep trying to basically turn that game into a mobile cash cow type situation. I really wish companies would just stop making mobile versions of their games, because why? A lot of times they don't do a good job of it. You want an example? So, I'm sure you all know this. Fire Emblem is one of my favorite franchises of all time. Did you know they made another Fire Emblem mobile game? And it is one of the worst things to have ever come out. It is so comically bad. Every single Fire Emblem person I know is clowning on it, because it is a Fire Emblem game in name only. Because the mechanics are not Fire Emblem. In fact, I have seen it described as Fire Emblem Among Us, because a lot of the mechanics are basically, you have 3 characters and you need to find out which one of them is evil and trying to ruin your descent into the shadows or something. And I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Oh, right, we're being attacked. I forgot about that. Yeah, let's get everyone inside. Alright, who got gun? Alright, these people have gun. The insects are coming in from the other side, though, which is a little unfortunate. Hopefully they attack us over here. Okay, so what do we got? You think I'm joking? Look it up. You'll understand soon enough what I mean by Fire Emblem Among Us. It truly is a cursed thing. I wonder if the turret's actually enough to kill this. Oh, the turrets might actually be enough. You know what? I should just put more turrets down, honestly. The turrets are doing a really good job. Excellent. Oh, wow, that's really funny. That turret cannot shoot that insect. It's just out of range. Means I have to actually go out of my way to get over here and shoot the dang thing. I'm gonna kill the turret. I don't think I can stop it. That's 8 components I'm not getting back. Alright. Well, that sucks. Well, it actually respawned the turrets. Actually, it's... Actually gave me all the components back. Oh my goodness, my throat. You would not believe how much NyQuil I took. But yeah, I kind of wish I'd bought some stock in EA if I knew that they were going to do the buyout, so I could have made some money, because that's they're buying it at like a 50% premium. Bunch of companies I actually put money into surprisingly started, their stock prices went up like kind of crazy. Like I know I put money into Intel a while back, and now that Intel stock is up like 50 something percent because of just certain actions. Oh, hey, look, I can do this now. Okay. So, components cost 12, which means I can now make all the components I need until we have at least 50 components, and so we will never, theoretically, run out of steel. We will always have steel in the colony. What I need to do, ultimately, is try to move... okay, so we have auto fabrication. We're gonna go get recon armor. And then, once we have recon armor, we can make everything... Well, we'll need advanced fabrication as well to make advanced components. Thankfully, I think these just require components. Let's see. What's the generic armor? What's the typical... Is it the UF armor? No, let's see. I think it's the DP armor. Yeah. The DP armor is the standard HELLDIVERS equipment. However, these numbers don't look right. Hold on. I can't... Doesn't seem right. Okay, so... I think the numbers for some of the armor is broken. Oh yeah, the numbers on this is... definitely not right. On some of them. Hello there, Psychatic. How are you? Okay, so we can't use the standard Helldiver armor. The BO1 has the incorrect amount. If you take a look at that, that basically means this armor is paper thin. And I don't have a way to edit that, I think. So that's interesting. Unless there's a... I don't think there's a way to change it, right? Hold on. Options, mod options, combat extended. Okay, there's no way I can change a specific one, right? Yeah, the auto patcher. Okay, that's fine. We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out for that. Let's keep building the rest of this out. So we get one pawn, so we're gonna... How did I do this? How am I supposed to do this specifically? Just so I make sure it's right. Alright, we're gonna add in a new pawn. Gonna grab... I guess let's do let's grab colonist. And then I'm going to randomize everything about them. And then we're gonna throw them into the colony. Alright. And then we're going to assign this to a viewer. Alright. This new pawn, if I can select them correctly, is going to be... Oh, look at all these people. Who has not had a pawn yet? Maybe we should assign... Let's see. Let me make sure. Sun, Yuka, Ray, the opposite, and Goldenrod. Okay, so none of these folks should get it. It should be someone else who has not had a pawn yet. And has said something today, ideally. Hello, Flaming. You need to put yourself in the queue. Put yourself in the queue. Gotta join the queue. Did I not put the join queue command in the stream title? Oh, I didn't. That's interesting. Join queue. I forgot it's a queue-based colony. You already did have a pawn, that's right. Okay, did Funbound have a pawn? No, alright. So Funbound gets to join us. Yeah, because remember, we're trying to spread out the who gets what pawn. I'll sign this one to Funbound. Alright, so Funbound is unable to fight, completely. Let's see. Child spy group to be a furniture builder. Lazy. Sluggish. Annoying voice. Frail. Composed. This person is a mess. This person cannot do anything. They have a minus 40% global work speed. Oh boy. This person's a liability. Alright, well, if I just make them cook, that should be okay, probably. Well, actually, no, they're really good at building. Let's just have them build. That's fine. They're not very good at anything, but they exist now. Ray, you died already. I think that means you have to join the queue like everyone else. Or are you saying that you just get free revives all the time? Should Ray have free revives? Should I just revive Ray? Or give her a new pawn that she has to then... Okay, fine. Alright. Alright, Ray gets... Pull it? No. If I pull it, Ray's gonna be like, no, how dare you listen to pull it, not to me. I guarantee you that's what she's gonna say. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a new pawn, I guess. Let's pick this one. And we're going to randomize everything. And then we're going to load the Ray appearance, which means we need to set this to female and change the hair to be eccentric Ray accept, and then have to actually teleport this pawn in here, and then okay. Here's your pawn, Ray. So in this timeline, in this version, you're an orphan thief who could be a mattress tester, quick sleeper, kind, constantly bemused, restful, and too smart for your own good. Oh, what an interesting set of traits you have. Well, hopefully you will succeed on your adventure. Hopefully you don't die. Your hair will change color, I think, as soon as you link the pawn to you. Let me just quickly give you... What is the command called? Cosmetic set. Let's give you the rabbit cosmetic set. Okay, there you go. You're good to go. You're just like brown, black-haired now. And hopefully you will succeed on your magical journey to help improve the ship. Even though you move super slow, which is... Actually, no, that was Funbound who moves super slow. Got it. Okay. We have components now. Holy cow, we can actually do things. We can actually make things now. Oh, it's so beautiful to see. All that steel can finally be used for something useful. Alright, we may need to get some food, though. We are... I think we're ready to fly, actually. Yeah, I think we're gonna fly now. Once that turret's been repaired. Okay, who else can build? Alright, Marksman, I'm gonna have you quickly build this out. Oh, wait. That's why that wasn't being built. Alright, quickly get out here, build this, and then we're gonna fly. Well, I'm trying to get this turret built because, again, we're trying to get over here so we can get to the Frozen Terraformer and get another extension to the ship, because we can't go to space yet still because we don't have the plasteel necessary to build as many spacesuits as we want, because that's 20 each, or I'd rather just build recon armor at that point. Alright, let's go fly. Eventually we'll be ready to go into space. Eventually. Like I said, I'm hoping today, but maybe tomorrow is when we go out. Alright. We're free. We're gonna go down... Okay, so it's gonna take at least one more hop. We can go to the caves with all the bugs, or we could just go to the flatlands without the bugs, or we can go to the Scarlands. Maybe we don't go to the Scarlands. That seems like a bad idea. Let's see, there's ruins here. I think if we just go all the way, it'll still take at least one more hop. There's also a lava field. What if we go over here? I don't like the desert. I think we'll just go as far down on the forest as we can. Yeah. I think the solution would be to just build... Whoa! Hello. That was trippy. That was really cool, though. Wait, that would be a sick transition, though. Like, can you imagine, like, if that happens, like, 1 in 1,000 times, and it just it doesn't break the game. It's just there to scare you. You know what I mean? It's like, well, you're playing with gravity. Wouldn't be surprised if something strange like that happened, right? Totally not me coping for the fact that my mod list is a giant catastrophe that is held together with duct tape and hopes and dreams. There's no plasteel on this tile. A lot of animals at least. Alright, let's just go over here. Alright, we gotta wait 4 more days before we can fly again. I need those things so bad. I'm so desperate. Give me... What if I moved all the... Wait, actually, what if I moved all the production over here? It would not be the worst idea to move all the production in, like, a big room, but... I think I'd want to build... I want to extend the... I think I want to extend the kitchen out a little bit, and... Yeah, we're still a little too far from the nearest town. I think traveling there... It's a 3-day journey. Ugh. We could research vehicles. And, you know, it might not be the worst idea to give us, like, a small car. Primarily because we don't have access to... Well, actually... Because we don't have access to the shuttle. And the shuttle would require an engine that we don't have... Oh, actually, wait a second. Okay, yeah, I don't have an engine. It would have been cool if I had an engine, but I don't have one, unfortunately. Very tragic. Who is this person? This man's name is Laws. Okay, he can trade with us. All right. Ray has no social skill. Let's have Zoingo, who barely has any social skill, trade. Okay, buy a component, buy medicine, sell Luciferium to pay for it all. Actually, no, sell the backpacks that we're not using. And sell off... Actually, sell off an eyeball. Are you deaded? You are... No, you're alive, actually. You're missing a leg. Yeah, you've been a little legless for quite some time, and I don't have the capability to give you any replacement parts right now due to the fact that our colony is so compact. And we've only just learned how to make components. So it's a little rough right now, and especially with pawns like Ray trying to at least get some work done, just slow. Actually, what is your... Okay, old gunshot wound. He'll be fine. And we're trying to get recon armor research, which is going to take some time. Oh, it's getting cold now. Oh, we got to figure out how to keep the rooms warm. Alright, well... How do I keep all of these bedrooms warm? Now, I could fit a radiator in each one. That is a possibility. Or I could just do overwall vents and just try to merge all their temperatures together. Which probably is the more logical option. Put a vent between every room. Move this wall lamp over here. And then we'll need to put a radiator. Oh, the problem is that requires water. You know what this colony doesn't have a lot of? I'll tell you what doesn't have a lot of. Water. Because, water is really hard to get. Maybe I need to dedicate a small space just for water features. So we can at least get showers for the colonists. I think that's something they've been lacking for quite some time, and it's driving them a little crazy that they can't be cleansed from the filth of their sins. And let's get Drunken Wayfarer this new leg, which Immortal is conveniently putting on. Alright, congratulations, Drunken Wayfarer. You now have a peg leg. You can walk around now. Nope, all of your waste is converted into chem fuel. I have said this before, and I'll say it again. It's gonna keep happening, because it's what we need. We need the chem fuel. How many things am I allowed? I'm allowed 4 per ship, right? Do I have access to bigger ones? I don't. Okay. If HR didn't insist they were sinners. Listen, they're only sinning because they're not fighting hard enough for democracy. Their friends wouldn't have died if they believed in democracy enough. What a shame. Also, it's a shame that none of the people that I got were able to actually fight very well, because Ray can't fight. Funbound can't fight. Yeah. Ray can actually fight in melee. But that's still tough. I am victim blaming, you're right. So true. It's okay. Victim blaming builds character in Rimworld. In Rimworld specifically. I have to make sure that is very clear. Listen, if you clip it, that's fine. I need to be clipped anyways, even if it's out of context. It's fine. I'll accept it. Okay. Oh boy, running out of food again. Hey, look, we found dinner. Okay, what else are we gonna kill? Okay, so we basically we're killing everything. Maybe we shouldn't kill the mega sloths, I just realized, and probably not the badgers. And maybe not the cougar. Maybe not the crows. Everything else can die. That's fresh food. I think this will be a lot easier once we're able to travel a lot more, but we can't even build a pelican, which is a bit rough. And so it's really hard to get into space right now. At the very least, we could manufacture... Let's see, I think it's 30... Per vac suit, it's about 30, right? So at the very least... Yeah, we could make a few vac suits. Yeah, it's... Okay, so it's only 20. 75 plus 64... It's a little under 104, so we could make... We can't make enough vac suits for everyone. There's no way we can make enough vac suits. I guess if we just keep some people in the ship the whole time and just never let them out, I think that'd be fine. If we go into space, we just have to be very, very careful about making sure certain people don't leave. Anyways, we're gonna try to make our way down to that tundra area, which is gonna be really fun. That's gonna be fun. Okay, so at least the temperature is balanced, kind of. But I have to rely on space heaters for now. Which, unfortunately, does eat up a lot of power. And this battery is eating up way too much valuable real estate. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do here. What am I doing with this space? Like, legitimately, what am I doing with it? Maybe I just make it into a temporary... Oh, hold on, we're getting attacked. Ah! 11 tribes people have arrived. Okay, and they are angry. Hello, Immortal. How are you, comrade? Good evening. Alright, everyone on the ship. Let's get our weapons out. Fun fact, did you know also that the Helldivers soundtrack is copyrighted on YouTube and you will get copyright struck if you have it on? I found that out the other day. Alright. Yeah, I don't think these guys are gonna survive very long. Why do I follow this one? Yeah, we don't have very good, like, firing areas, which is the other problem. Jeez, that thing is so loud. I forgot to put ammunition on this one too. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let's do loading bench. So I need to make sure these are... No, do unsuspend. Make sure we have at least 2,000 in stock. Same with this one. Do until we have at least 2,000 in stock. And then I'm gonna go grab... Z-Opposer and have Z-Opposer come down here. Oh, they have grenades. Oh, that's... okay, that's not good. Huh. Our grav ship hull kind of folds in half to grenades. That's not a good sign. Alright, let's kill these guys. Or at least try to knock them out. Alright, you undraft. Undraft. I think we've apparently angered some Muffalos because now they're angry at us. Okay, nope, you're all still drafted. We gotta fight the Muffalo now. Maybe I need double thick. But no, we have not researched the diligence yet, I believe. Oh, we have it. Yes, actually. Yes, we have diligences. The main issue right now is that we don't have enough production capacity to meet the demands of building more of those. Anyways, there's a bunch of angry Muffalos that are coming after us. Okay, this stack can undraft. We'll deal with them when they come over. So, anyways, there's I think a few other crafters. You almost died, by the way. You almost died in a very tragic way, but thankfully we managed to save you barely. Oh boy, oh boy. You got a gun. We need people with guns over here now. Okay, get over here. Oh no. They're breaking down the doors. They're breaking down the turrets. Alright, we're gonna have Drunken Wayfarer hold the line, and I guess we'll just try to shoot over his shoulder. That's all we can do. Alright. Alright, let's see if this is gonna be enough. Okay. Arms stand right there. Okay, so Drunken Wayfarer... oh, jeez. Getting shot by your own... Oh, wait. I can't click you. Okay, you're fine. I think that's all of them, right? Still one over here. Alright, Emerald, you got a gun. Yeah, you went down oh, you know why? It's because you're still woozy from the anesthetic that we used to give you your leg. That's why. Because the animals were really close by. And I played that very poorly. Alright, anyways, let's kill that one. Alright, we're eating fresh buffalo for a while. Let's stop hunting animals. Let's not kill anything. They're already dead. Ah, well, you see, that's a very good question that I don't have a good answer to. Honestly, it's because I designed this really poorly. There's a couple spots where I'd like to add additional hallways that could lead to better areas for defense. I just have not had an opportunity because we have not had the tiles necessary to accomplish what I'm imagining. And that's kind of the big problem that we've run into. Hello, Numinator. How are you doing, comrade? Next bug attack is in 7.3. It's only 1 Mega Wasp. That's not too bad. I think 1 Mega Wasp is easily something we're easily able to take care of. Anyways, we're at least making the bullets again that I forgot about. And Immortal's at least manufacturing components left and right. Now, we could replace Immortal with a robot. We do have access to automated crafting of components. So that is something I am considering. The main issue is that... Actually, we can't afford it. I don't know where we're going to put this stupid thing. There's like no room on this ship. I mean, I have this giant stack of tiles, which I'm just kind of using as like a random platform. Does it need to be that big? No. I'd rather just travel down here and just get that next stack. Because we can't make it because we don't have the Vac Stone. What if I just also... Wait, I'm allowed to replace this with uranium, right? Instead of using steel hulls, I could use uranium hulls, right? I'm pretty sure. Maybe uranium would be better. 750 versus 420. Ugh. Okay, so Marksman's having a... Oh boy, yes, that hypothermia. Volcanic winter. One research lab. Alright. I think for the time being. I think the reason I have this here is because I think I was plotting out like extensions to the general ship, which is why it looks like that. Because this entire area is kind of a mess. This area is a little more organized. Yeah. Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for nuclear winter. What do you mean, patrolling the Mojave? What's attacking us? What is that? What are we shooting at? Oh, it's a squirrel. Okay, well, kill the squirrel. How hard can it be to kill a squirrel? You're perfectly fine. How do your pawns feel about having this literally just a bedroom? Because they are actually not happy with it, but for the most part, it is quite comfortable in there, so, you know, the alpha bedroom is -2 penalties. Just give them other stuff to keep them happy, and they'll be fine. The main issue is the temperature in this room is very, very bad. Short of putting a radiator in every single room, which we can't do that right now because we don't have the space for that. I would love to. It's just a little difficult due to the lack of... You know what, I'm just gonna... I don't know why I have it. I don't even know why I have this. Let's shrink this down a little. Let's shrink this down a decent amount. And also let us build the vac barrier that I've been trying to build anyways. And we can use that tile to expand out some of the other parts of the ship instead. Namely this like back section here that I've been wanting to expand out. Let's get those hit. Ah, if only. Unfortunately, that's not a thing in Rimworld. It'd be kind of sick if it was, though. There we go. Grab me those vac tiles. We're not leaving for another 1.7 days anyways. See how fast people can build when they're working together? I love it. Alright, so yeah, we're not gonna... We don't need this barricade anymore. I'm just gonna leave it there. In the meanwhile... Now that we have these tiles, how many do I have? It's about 33. So I have 33 tiles to play with, so... One option is to expand out up here, or expand out and add another solar panel. Or expand the rear and try to move this entire research lab further back and move the production in deeper. I think I'd rather not do that. I think I'd rather move the research lab maybe somewhere down over here. But I think I think the reason I was designing it like this was because I wanted it to be like how, you know how in HELLDIVERS you have the front of the ship is where the HELLPODs are? Right? I think that's what I was aiming to do. Like if I put a grav field extender here, you know, you could put the... You can probably put the HELLPODs at the front. I think that's what I do want to do, but I can't afford it. We could also expand the rear of the ship, yeah, and give it a nice badinger bonger, but I think I will at least expand this out a little bit. 31, 32. We can go up to here. We can even go up to here if we really wanted to. Yeah. We'll figure out what to do with this later. That entire thing's gonna be a mess. I guess having the front and back end at least slightly designed out gives me like a framework in which I can design the rest of the ship on, even if it's very janky. Ray's about to have a mental breakdown because... Ah, yes, that's right. She's perpetually bemused, so she's always got this, like, aura of indifference and uncaring. On the other hand, with the frozen weather, it means our meat's not gonna expire anytime soon, so we could ideally just make lots of meals, and probably we could... Actually, you know, we can probably afford to make carnivorous fine meals temporarily. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make some carnivorous fine meals since we can afford it for now. Maybe it keeps everyone a little bit happier. There's also a wedding happening, which is exciting, I guess, if you care about that type of thing, but we don't. Yeah. I think there's a wedding, but there's no way we can give them the shared bedroom that they desire. Obtaining shifts with an unfortunate connection from the 80s life on the rim is rough. I mean, it is really rough. Can you imagine being out on this Rimworld where there's bugs and other things constantly nipping at your feet, and you never know when the next event that Randy Random's gonna throw at you that could end your very existence at a moment's notice when you're not paying attention? How every day is a struggle for survival where you might die if you take the wrong step. Happens all too often out here. You know, what if we build a bicycle? What if we build a bike? We could use the bikes to at least transport goods, right? What's the... So, a bike can carry at least 30 cargo capacity. Main problem is it needs a transmission component, which is 4 components from the Rim Thunder table, which means I have to go build... I have to research vehicles. Yeah, which means I'd have to go into vehicles, basic vehicles. Wait a second. Oh no, it's a transmission component. I think I can just make that in a machining table, right? 4 components. I could make a bicycle. I could probably make 2 bicycles. So that at least give 30 cargo capacity, and we could probably use that to haul away some of the leathers and sell them, probably. The rim is violent, terrible. The only colonist is pushing to have at least 3 kids. That's a lot of kids that you want your colonists to carry. But why bear that many children? Hello, Lacris, how are you doing? Maybe we would benefit from having some bicycles. It's not the worst idea, I think. It's probably not the worst idea of some components is to make some bikes. If we were to travel from here to here. Oh, it won't because I don't have any vehicles to sample the. Yeah. I definitely need some kind of vehicle though. Because we don't have the shuttle engine, and I thought I had one, but maybe I lost it. Yeah. It's all never no more babies. Oh yeah, I mean you could just give everyone. I mean in Rimworld, yes, you can just give everyone birth control. That is an option. In Rimworld, anything's possible if you're willing to go through the effort of it all. There we go, we got lights in there, so at least we're making food. At least everyone's got meals. Let's not put meats in this, please. Thank you very much. Okay, we actually have too much meat. Thankfully, it's turned on to delicious food. Stop putting the meat in there. Okay, I'm gonna link these because I am so sick and tired of all of these trying to store raw meat. Storage, raw food should be a no. We only want meals. Okay. Is there a sufficient failed successful, you guess? I mean, hey, look, that could be an interesting run where the goal. I mean, hasn't there been streamers who do like 100 baby runs? I could have sworn that was a thing Lurky was trying to do at some point, where it's like, what if we just made a bajillion rim babies and see what happens? I swear that was a thing. I swear that was a thing she was trying to do. I need another research lab. I think I do build a proper research room somewhere. Maybe we just move it back here, actually. It's not the worst idea if we move the research lab to the rear. The main issue is the location of the engines. And I have... how many grab panels left? I have 3, which is not enough. Okay, also a man in black joined us. Is making his return to generational Arconexus. Oh! Is she still in the middle of that, or did she actually finish the Arconexus run? I thought she was doing like a... isn't she? I thought she was doing like a Naked Brutality 500% run. Oh, gotcha. Wow, it's like playing Fire Emblem. That's a pretty cool... I'm glad that she was able to do that. That sounds actually like a lot of fun. I hope she enjoyed that run. I never did the Arconexus ending because I think it's dumb, but more power to her. Alright, we're gonna assign this person. The one named Rubio is actually named... I don't think Rustin said anything today, right? Okay. Alright, Psychotic. There you go. You are now this pawn. You are a... let's take a look at your pawn. Tuner punk who grew up to be a housemate. Basically, you were a house husband. Ravenous, bottomless pit for stomach, psychically deaf, fast walker, chemical fascination, iron-willed, really good shooting in melee and animals, which means I'm going to give you a gun as soon as we can find some spare firearms lying around. Oh, hey, you know what? That's, you know what? Okay. I think that's better than what I could do. Quite frankly, I think I would be terrible at Naked Brutality. So more power to Lurky for being able to accomplish something that I definitely would not be able to do. That said, I never really tried. Now I'm kind of curious what would happen if I did try to make a Naked Brutality run. I think I could pull it off. Maybe for like at least a year. I'm really bad at micro. Are you saying I'm good at macro? I think that's a compliment where you're trying to say I'm good at macro. I'm just bad at the micro. I can move these engines. I'm even at macro. I can't believe this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 3, 3, that's 9. Which is enough to move the engines to the back here. The Helldiver armor is being researched as we speak. We will get the Helldiver armor soon. It's just taking a hot minute to research. And then we're going to have to figure out how we're going to get a lot of plasteel to make that armor in large quantities. That's going to be the real kicker. Wait a second, what am I doing? I don't have to do this. I could just do like this. 1. Wait. No, we're trying to move this, right? 2. 3. How many of these am I allowed to install? 4 small thrusters. Got it. Okay. No, see, that's why I'm working on expanding the research lab to add more research benches. Oh, see, I'm working on it. We're getting there. It just takes a little bit of time. I think I can move the multi-analyzer. Okay, so I have 9 panels. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do for now, because this is the only way I can realistically think of doing this. So first let's cancel this, and then we're gonna expand this out slightly. It's 8. And I think that's enough. So I should be able to slap down... No, don't go that far. Okay, hold on. Suffering the Rimworld fatigue, but also suffering you don't feel like playing the Rimworld. To be fair, Rimworld is a really good game. You know? Play whatever... Listen, Rimworld is a single-player game. If you are not having fun with Rimworld, you can take a break and walk away. That's what I do with a lot of games where I'm like, I like the game, but I don't necessarily want to play it right now. Like, with Hearts of Iron 4, that's often how I feel. I love Hearts of Iron 4. I may not necessarily want to play it at any given time, especially considering how, you know, crazy that game can get. Speaking of which, that game did get a new DLC announced, which I am excited to play whenever that comes out. And boy, gee howdy, they have introduced a Philippine focus tree, which is probably the weirdest thing I've discovered about Hearts of Iron 4. That's right. New Hoi 4 DLC featuring Japan, Philippines, China. And yeah, I think that's the main ones. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun to play. It's gonna be exciting. This refill. Okay, so these are refill. Let's build this out and then we'll travel out of here. Ah, hypothermia. Okay, it is cold. And Marksman does not have the appropriate gear. Fun fact, did you know this Super Citizen's gear is not nearly enough to keep someone nice and sane? That Super Citizen gear... does not actually provide you proper insulation. Which means we may need to build a few parkas just to keep ourselves warm if they're not in a vac suit. Don't make it a leather, unless it's blue fur. Blue fur is fine. But not cloth. The wools are okay. Yeah, that's fine, alright. I'm sorry, my throat is acting up. Give me 1 second. I have like a bag of cough drops I need to start sucking on. You want to start a new different mods to play somebody you want to reach Anomaly and Odyssey endings and current run. Take your time. Just experience the endings. And then try doing another run. I think you'll be able to pull it off, honestly. You should be able to do the Odyssey run ending. I don't know why my throat's on fire. Okay, this is so that we have the second research bench, which I was planning on building. Worry not, this was part of my plan the whole time. Alright, getting a second research bench was always in the cards, and now it's finally happening. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there slowly. So I'm gonna make... Marksman cannot walk, why? Food poisoning, hypothermia, oh Jesus. Alright, I think this is the only spot I can put marksman in. For now, temporarily. At least that bed is warm. Okay. We have a few parkas that at least keep people toasty. Then we're gonna seal this off. If you do you want to call it circadian cycle? I mean, you can, but don't they operate at like reduced efficiency if they have that thing in their brain? No, I do agree. Odyssey is probably like my favorite DLC. Like, I've played a lot of the DLC, but Odyssey just is so good, and I love every minute of playing it. Odyssey is definitely my favorite DLC that they've come out with, because I do enjoy being able to travel around and explore different parts of the, you know, of the greater Rimworld. You know, I think it's great that that's an option. Okay. We gotta get marksman a we gotta get marksman one of these parkas ASAP. Okay. Let's build this out. And then we're gonna fly. We're not gonna stay here any longer. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, in that case, it's probably worth it to just be 24/7 working rather than having to need to sleep. All right, we're traveling. Let's get out of here. No need for us to be here still. Let's go. You gotta be kidding me. I'm one tile short. I'm one tile short of the grav core. Okay. I guess let's go to this distress signal. I'm sure we'll be fine landing in the middle of distress signal and not exploding into a million tiny pieces, right? We're Helldivers. We're here to save the citizens of Super Earth. That was really weird how the music stuttered. Alright, how bad is it? Is this the flesh? Is this the flesh tile? Oh, it is the flesh. Oh. Alright. Well. That's right, it's the flesh mission. Alright, that's fine. Gives us something to do anyways while we're chilling about. Plus there's probably loot that we can utilize anyways. Anyways, grav nausea means 50% of us, oh wait, basically all of our colonists are vaguely nauseous. And it's only about 3 hours. And yeah, we have combat extended, so these things are not really scary. Alright, let's get to work. If you got a gun, you can fight. If you can fight, you can shoot. You can shoot, you can help clear this out. Squishy. Oh, fun fact, a lot of them are already dying, which is really funny. Okay, you want to just take a pot shot there, buddy? Okay. Okay, alcohol. I don't know why they made them super weak. Maybe it's just because people want to be like an SCP simulator where you just have the power to defeat any major, weird, anomalous threat. Let's get marksman over here. Let's get post over here. Okay. I think if I recall correctly, we have to shoot the flesh sacks, right? I think that's how this works. First of all, let's kill this tough spike. Okay, you have a decent weapon. I don't disagree with you, Garm. I do feel it's also fairly out of place. I don't like Odyssey that much. And I seldom play with the mechanics. That's a Doomsday Rocket. Oh wait, the shotguns just ripped through this. Okay, and you kill this one. And then let's just send Marksman back because he's got hypothermia because he keeps forgetting to grab one of those things that he needs. Alright. Zippos also needs a one, so let's send him back. Garm can go back and rest. Let's just see if we can carve through the rest of this. I didn't actually know that they were on the docket since day one, but I also never, I wasn't part of the early access for this game. I really wish I was, but I also never really backed video games on Kickstarter just because I'm always scared of, you know, failure to deliver type situations. Alright, these two still have... Oh, let's let these two rest. Actually, a lot of components that we can also farm off of this map. We should probably get to those as well. Where's Marksman? Alright, you're putting on the parka, buddy. You're also putting on a parka, and you are also putting on a parka, because I need all three of you to not freeze to death. Okay. Correct, so they're researching fine. Twice the research to get to the Helldiver armor. Okay. Who is capable of fighting now? Psychotic, we gotta get you a weapon. I would like to give you I would like to give you a Liberator, if we can. But I don't think we have the items for it. Let's get Steel Poser out here. And Garm. And Garm is having a mental breakdown, just kidding. Alright, Jozo and Immortal. Wakey, wakey, it's time to go rip through this entire flesh wall. Okay. Let's go in here. Alright, that's a thing. Hey, attack this thing, please. Okay. Alright, you rescue. We'll have you just explore. Okay. Are you having a mental break in real life right now? It's okay, Garm, I understand. Life is rough. Worry not, I understand. Spaceship landed. Hello, Normar. Good evening. Or morning to you. Just keep carving our way through this. Oh, there's the, Alright, Marksman, you got a gun. Get over here. And let's get Immortal back out here. Ah! Are you gonna be okay? Let's go deal with this flesh blob. When everyone who plays Rimworld is actually on a permanent mental break, are you telling me are you saying that I'm having a mental break right now? Shard. Not exactly what I'm looking for. Just try to carve our way through this. That's a lot of shotgun shells. That's a lot of munitions. I think of the diligence I do want. I'm not having a mental break. My only mental break is the fact that I have to do some actual work after this because I have to get something done by tomorrow morning before I walk into the office. Trust me, no one likes the fleshy stuff, but it's an unfortunate reality of things we have to deal with. But no, I'm not mentally breaking. You know what keeps me stable? Ray keeps me stable. Ray keeps me normal, because if I'm not normal, she'll like make fun of me and bully me. So it turns out having a partner to keep you in check is definitely a way to keep you in check. Let's smack this one down and let's keep carving through this. Alright, let's undraft everyone before Immortal has a mental breakdown. Immortal's on the verge of a mental breakdown, so... But how bad is the job, Garm? Is it like super bad that you finally are just gonna quit now. I feel like if you hate it, just leave. Unless you have to stay there for the money. In which case, I guess you have to stay until you can figure out a way to be free from the monetary need of sticking around, right? Take the Doomsday Rocket Launcher and take the Diligence ammo and throw it in here, because I believe that's gonna be useful for when we make Diligence rifles. Immortal's the only one I think who has a capacity to build some of these, guns. We're so close, we're so close. The Breaker mentality is being broke. Feels like that's the same thing for everyone. It turns out having money is generally a good way to maintain your sanity. Who would have possibly guessed that that's the case? Alright, Marksman, it's time to go over here and find out what's in this room. Tell me what you see, because, alright, more meals. Okay, let's go over here. Okay, so we've explored all the rooms. There's, like, nothing else of note besides the survival meals. We could take the turrets, but... Isn't there normally, like, a... Oh, there is the pit... Wait, no. Wait a second. Wait, I thought I could... Wait a second, I thought I could go down this. Wait. Can I not go down the pits? I thought I could go down the pits. Maybe I'm misremembering a certain mechanic. Oh, this is the one, I think, right? Oh. Maybe it's like one of these is that I'm looking for that has the underground cavern. Yeah, I think there's like a specific hole that I'm looking for, right? And that specific hole will lead to the underground. Alright, well, I'm sure we can find it. It might not be this one? Okay. It might not be. Oh, the one that attacks your base? Okay. Got it. In this case, that hole is just where some of the flesh creatures will sometimes hop out of, right? I think that's basically what that is then. Also, these are beggars, and they are asking for 600 units of silver. Well, I don't exactly have 600 units of silver available to just hand out willy-nilly, so they're kind of on their own for that. Alright, let's let Immortal go. Let's get Marksman go back. Are we allowed to flee yet? Okay, 2 more days. Alright, we're gonna wait like 2 more in-game days. Let's also just fill these in so that I don't have any weird flesh creatures popping out of here while I'm exploring. And let's quickly dig out these components that are hanging around. We'll at least take the components as a mild reward for going here. That's true! Listen, we are looking for the bionics, and unfortunately there's not a lot of flesh sacks that we've been able to find. Scorsese is cold. It is -4 degrees outside, and he is out here slapping rocks. What a brave soul. An honorable soul. Come on, I want my recon armor so bad, please! Let me... Okay, so we're not going to be able to do the BO1 standard Rimworld or Helldiver armor because the statistics are incorrect. Like, there's no way it's supposed to be that amount. It seems like the correct amount is actually on some of these. Like, the PH9 has the correct amount. I don't know why some of these just don't have the right values. SC34... We could do UF-16s? I don't know which one is the one that people would like. The shuttles. Unfortunately, we don't have the shuttles right now. It's not something we've managed to unlock. Well, yeah, we don't have the engine anyways. Otherwise, we would have taken one a while ago. I guess I should probably dismantle these as well. Probably take the simple meals. And unfortunately, I can't take the turrets. You know, let's also kill the camels while we're at it. I don't think there's any more flesh pits here, or flesh sacks for rewards. I don't... yeah. Alright, we did it. Okay, so we can also get more... let's see, FS Heavy is correct. So they should be about the same as a marine armor. Okay, so let's grab... let's grab standard grav tech. Okay. So, we can make Helldiver armor. The question is, which Helldiver armor is the one we want? Unfortunately, DPO1 has incorrect statistics, so I cannot justify building this. DPOO is close. Also has incorrect statistics, so I can't do that. Maybe our Helldiver contingent likes to wear SA25. Also incorrect statistics. Let's see. Yeah, it's basically which style do you want? Do we want to be the cheese divers? I don't know if I want to be the cheese divers. What about the UF-84? I would have really liked the BO1, but it's just 3 advanced components each? UF-84 does have the correct statistics, so maybe we'd use the UF-84. And then we can use whatever helmet. So what if we do that with the standard Rimworld helmet? I think the DP-40. I think this one has... Yeah, so everyone can have the DP-40 helmet. Oh my gosh, wait a second. So that's at least 4 advanced components and... 110 plasteel per kit? Alright. It is... Yeah, it's technically power armor, that's true. It's recon armor, technically. So... let's try making 1 batch and see how it pans out. Yeah, I think as soon as we're ready to leave, we're just gonna get out of here. So 1.1 days. And maybe we can get some additional engines going on so we can fly faster, fly harder. Thankfully, with double researchers going on. And then who are we gonna give the first set of Helldiver armor to? That's the real question. Oh, I don't even think we have the we have barely enough plasteel for this. And we have just enough advanced components. Maybe before we do that, it might behoove us to build at least 1 auto fabricator. Actually, I'm not sure if I can move the auto fabricators yet, so maybe it's not worth doing that. I think what I am gonna end up doing is moving... I will move the research labs eventually, the research benches eventually. Like, this is a temporary location until we can make this bigger. Because then you have to put in the punishment for Final Destination in your fate. I mean, the problem is that Rey has basically no combat ability until we give her a pretty good melee weapon. Which is to say, it's going to be really tough for her to be fighting in the front line. What if we give Rey a scythe? Wouldn't that be kind of sick? Oh, we also need a cape. Every Helldiver needs a cape. Thank you, Zan Darkheart, for the follow. Every Helldiver in this colony must use the same cape because I'm too lazy to differentiate people into different squads. So what is the cape that we're going to be using for our run? I like Fallen Heroes. Fallen Heroes is really nice. I think we'll use the Fallen Heroes cape. I think that's fine. Let's just do 1. Let's just see how it pans out. I want to see how this looks. That's fair, I guess. At least that means Rey can fight. There we go, already in the middle of making our first armor. Yeah, we'll do the Fallen Heroes cape. I think it'll be the colony cape. The main issue is it's still really cold. Ooh, a small volumetric power cell. If we go destroy a camp being guarded by 8 Outlanders, which is kind of out of the way. Where are we? Wait, where am I? Here's my destination. Oh, I'm still here. Okay. Yeah, we can fly out of here. Why is your hair always green, everyone? So it actually follows your Twitch username color. So since your Twitch username is green, your colonist hair color is green. Yeah, that's literally it. That's literally all there is to it. Okay, so Ray interrupted to make a gun, but Ray will get crafting skill for this, so that's fine. Okay. Also, I think I said it. Okay, there's nothing else to do on this map. I think we got all the components, right? We're just waiting to be able to fly out in about 7 hours. Maybe we do need to worry about food. We have enough simple meals to last us. Stop making fancy meals and rely on the easier meals. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's grab those while we're here. Every component matters. Siege pod wreck. They should be able to dig that out fairly quickly. Right. Oh, I actually don't have a dedicated miner anymore. Okay, so Ray is the dedicated miner. I need someone to be able to dig rocks out, and she's probably the best person to do it. Okay, we have advanced grav ship. So we can get advanced grav tech so we can make our own grav-like panels. And then I can now also build additional large thrusters with the vac stone blocks that I don't have, because that means I have to go into space, which we are not at all ready to go into space because our ship is not prepared. I mean, technically, the ship is space capable. If I put enough oxygen pumps throughout the ship, I think we could go into space. And as long as only select people go outside, it should be fine. Wait, what happened to the armor? Did we make it already? Wait. Oh no, it's still there. It just hasn't been made yet. Because I think Immortal's the only one. That is an awful tier cape. Garm tried. Okay, so finish making that gun. And then we'll have you work on that armor. And hopefully that'll be good enough. Alright, it's gonna take a while. Alright. Which one of these is it gonna be? Because whichever one it is, I'm leaving as soon as it triggers. If it's one of the negative ones, I'm leaving immediately. If it's a positive one, I guess we'll pick it through it and see what's there. I guess we should go up into space soon. Alright, we'll try to go into space so we can get the vac stone. I think we'll be okay to do it. I don't think it's the end of the world if we have to do it. Or if we had transport pods, maybe that's also an option too, but I don't think we have that as an option. Maybe we'll have to research that next. And we're being... Oh, I forgot the hive raid is here. It's a single mega wasp. Let's go shoot the poor thing. Alright, the single mega wasp has come for our blood. Let's see how long that's gonna last. 3 should be enough, right? I guess we'll get Jozo out here just in case. Oh, psychatics are over there. Oh. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay. Alright, do we have space to get the rando pawn? Let's see. We technically do, so... We'll get one new pawn. Who's it gonna be today? Let's randomize it. So we'll get a pawn, and then we're gonna randomize. I don't like that appearance. Okay, whatever, that's fine. Hard work, resilient, valiant, chemical fascination, tough. This one named Hunter is actually being assigned to whom? This pawn belongs to... Anyone here said anything today? Alright, son, since you're the only person here out of all these people who hasn't said anything, or who did say something, you are now back in. Welcome aboard, son 2. You are valiant, tough, resilient, hard worker, chemical fascination. Oh, truly a hero of the people. Also, where did that ship chunk land? I did not pay attention. Sure, just quickly grab that. Probably a small amount of materials that we can make use of, and then we're gonna head on out of here. No point in sticking around. Come on. Come on. I know you're cold. Oh, he does have a double passion in construction, so this is actually good for him. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to grab that now. Ignore the steel. Steel is temporary, components are forever. Starvation, Immortal's starving. Oh, because I had Immortal sitting here the whole time. Alright, let's fly on. Alright, we're gonna go land at the Tundra now so we can get our core. What a shame that this entire colony died from a weird flesh-eating abomination that is totally not at all related to our colony, right? Mm-hmm. Until the device breaks down. Yeah, that's true. We probably should try to get a fusion reactor going at some point, once we get orbital trading. I don't know why I haven't built an orbital comms console yet. Like, I'm sure a comms console would have saved me so many headaches at this point already. You know, that's the next thing I'm building. Comms console. Just put it somewhere. Alright. We gotta dig through this thing. So that'll be fun. Alright. Our objective is somewhere in the middle of this thing. So first things first is we're gonna order killing all the local wildlife that cannot fight back against us. Because that's food. Thruster broke down, so it's gonna take some time to repair that. And third, our miners are gonna have to start digging. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's hope that it's not gonna take them too long to get through that. It's primarily ice anyways, so it should not be that difficult. It's just gonna take time. Time when they don't have a parka. Yeah, well, we're gonna have to make more parkas, I think. You're a dwarf and you're digging a hole? Exactly. Even with the... Oh my gosh, I just realized it's negative 37 centigrade. It is... Okay, hold on. Here's the armor. Alright, we're gonna give this to Ray. Give Ray these two. Let's see how it looks on Ray. Alright, so Ray doesn't have a helmet, but she does look like a Helldiver, kind of. We're getting there, anyways. Yeah, it's quite frigid out here. It's not recommended to go outside unless you have the appropriate gear, but even with a parka, even with a blue fur parka, it's not enough. Like, it is just that cold. Yeah, who would have guessed that being next to what's called a frozen terraformer is in fact going to be frigid and cold? Kind of crazy, right? It's kind of crazy how the game more or less warns you, hey, it's gonna be cold, are you sure? Oh, I just realized these plants are not gonna grow. Yeah, sun lamp without a temperature management is a little rough. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do temporarily, because I need a spot to dump this. Put a door right there. Scorcy's dying of hypothermia. Temperature. So I think what I need to do is I'm gonna put a radiator in every single room. Put it right by their heads. Actually, can I put that on the same spot that I put the vent? I'm actually kind of curious. Hold on. Okay, you can. Okay, that looks really messy, but I think that's fine. So Scorcy's gonna die of frostbite ASAP, unless I... Okay, you need a... Okay, go rest over on that bed. Okay, because at least that's warm. And then... Hopefully we can get the rest of this resolved slowly. Until we can get out of here. Also need... Okay, so right now my priority is to figure out the temperature problem. And my immediate goal is fix our temperature issue, which is significant. Okay, I think we have enough electricity. I can justify building at least 2 electric boilers and then putting in Maybe a few radiators scattered about is probably okay to keep them warm. And then we'll need to build heat pipes. Why don't I have... Wait a second. Oh... Wait. No, I do have Dub's, central heating installed. Wait a second. So then why is it not... Oh, wait, here. I'm blind. I was like trying to figure out where's the heating pipes. There we go. So then I should be able to just run a heat pipe underneath the entire pipe, the entire wall. Like this. And then I think I would move the radiator to be right by their heads. Yeah, sleep with a radiator next to your head. That should be fine. And then should be able to repeat that multiple times over. And then that should keep the rooms warm and toasty. I don't think hot tubs are going to help right now because we don't have access to hot tubs anyways. And then we're going to need a hot water tank. A water tank. 2 electric pumps. Plumbing. Steel plumbing hidden. And then I can just put in a small water well somewhere. This is probably acceptable enough. Okay. A lot of things to be built ASAP to at least ensure our colonists don't freeze to death, so let's hope we can get this done out a lot faster than as soon as possible. Thankfully, Zoingo was a dedicated builder who decided to go to sleep. It's okay, Ray is our dedicated miner, and we'll dig through the ice until she finds what we're looking for. Hopefully, in theory. Garm out here is gonna freeze to death hunting animals, but you know what? Garm's a brave fella. Maybe if we made parkas instead of backpacks, you'd be fine. Yeah. Oh jeez, it's so cold. Thankfully a lot of them are toasty. Where is Zoingo? In fact, I'm gonna have Zoingo probably just work around the clock right now. I need this built now, so I will order Zoingo to build all 6 of this before Zoingo's allowed to sleep. That's right. Get working, slave. We need this built yesterday. It's time to work overtime. How did I manage to not die of hypothermia in the last run? That's the real question. It's a lot of steel. Oh. Let's have Ray help out. Having 2 people delivering steel might make this a little easier. Perfect. It probably was streamer luck. I don't know how I managed to survive the last one without, like, significant problems. I am truly lucky, I guess. Hi, Interest. How are you, comrade? How's your Odyssey run? How's your Rimworld run? Because I know you were playing Rimworld earlier. You having fun? Are you suffering? Are you having fun hunting down those funny little grav cores that they keep telling you all about? Let me do the shout-out command. I think all my mods went to sleep. Well, besides Ray. I think Ray's probably like half asleep though. Guarantee Ray's like half asleep reading a book right now. Anyways, how was your stream? Finish your normal and grav cores. Ah! Are you having them spawn more often? Or what's happening? Oh jeez, of course he's dying of hypothermia. Alright, come on, get that well built, and that'll probably solve at least a decent amount of problems for now. Oh, you are not the person to do this. Why don't you rest in that bed? In Unified Research, you had the most fun. Oh! Wait, but I thought the quests spawn fairly frequently. What do you mean? How did... Okay. Interesting. I don't know, in my case, they've always spawned relatively frequently, so I'm not sure. Alright, come on, build this faster. Funbound is struggling out here. We gotta run power back here too. I forgot to run power all the way in this back line. Minimum time. Oh, wait, you rushed through them real fast then. Ah. Are you playing on a small world? Like, what world size? 30%? I'm playing on a 50% world, so... the quests usually spawn pretty far between for me. Oh, we found one of it. Okay, so let's cancel this out, and then I'm gonna order mining like this. Should be okay. So now we can dig this out, and that should be fine. I like how, of course, it's got a helmet, but not the suit. I don't know where the suit went. Okay, so we have water tank, we have electric boiler, we have heated rooms. Okay, so these rooms are getting heated, kind of. The temperature... Okay, the heat seems to be evaporating out as it's trying to balance. So what if we put one of these in each room? A radiator per person. To at least keep the bedrooms nice and toasty. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Regardless, it sounds like you at least... I'm glad that you were able to succeed. Did you have fun in the end, though? Did you enjoy the end? Did you enjoy the ending? What option did you take when it came to the final boss? Like, which option did you take? Did you embrace it, or did you reject it? Hey, Garm, wanna shoot this thing? Okay, finish that one off. Now we have links for dinner. Okay, so the temperature of these rooms are not able to stabilize because the water tank's not producing enough water. Or heated water, that's fine. Okay, we found our exit. Okay, let's cancel this. Okay. We need to figure out who can fight. You, and you. Are Immortal smart enough to hack into this? Ah, okay, gotcha. So you embraced the core. I didn't embrace the core, but hey, as long as you had fun with embracing it, more power to you. Okay. We have 5.5 days until the next thing. Okay, let's go in. Let's explore. Let's go find this stupid thing. Oh, right, there's a lot of turrets in here, aren't there? We should probably let the shotgunners lead. Oh, what's attacking us? Oh, hello. Everyone back. Alright, yeah, just let the shotgun... No, you stand here. Alright, cool. Shotgun was solved all the problems. Unfortunately, Immortal is now dying. That's a turret. Okay. Pull around the corner. Get Immortal out of here. Now, that shotgun is doing so much work. Alright, get Immortal out of here. The other two in. What's in the next room? Traps? No, explosive crates. And there's also okay, hold on. We gotta be a little careful. Oh, jeez. Okay. As it opens the door, we're just gonna blast it in the face. Alright, let's get a spot out of here. Okay, keep it open. Alright. That turret. These robots are quite scary. Okay. I don't want Immortal to... or Josumoto to crack that with the sentry drone right there. That's a little risky. Immortal's got 4 hours. You got 5. Joso's a medic. Might want to tend right now. Just keep Espa from dying and get Immortal into that medical bed. And someone should tend soon. And then don't let anyone in here. And then you quickly go 10. You don't know, that's fine. Okay, so you're fine. Let's get over here. Okay, gotcha. So your runs just are so fast. We're probably... Yes, we've been playing with vanilla... We've been playing with VFP2 insectoids, and it's actually a lot of fun. I'm enjoying the shenanigans that are involved with trying to maintain, you know, dealing with the insect threat. They have been getting a little bigger bit by bit. Okay, we saved Immortal from dying. Excellent. We'll go back in there in a bit. We gotta find that core, and I know... So that's another exit. There is at least one turret there. A ton of ice. Oh, yeah, well, orbital colonies probably aren't real settlements. I assume Winston Waves wouldn't work, but And I'm pretty sure the Helldiver guy only works for, you know, while you're on the ground. So, I mean, that makes sense, I would assume. Do I want to send Marksman in to die? I gotta get Marksman some gear. Just my side, I can see what people on Discord are playing. To be fair, I think most people on Discord can see what other people on Discord are playing. Unless you're being strange. Are you stalking people now, Nomar? Should I be concerned? You know what I need to do before I forget? I need to put that comms console in here. We are desperate for a comms console. I don't even know where to put this stupid thing. There's no space to put it. Is there a penalty for putting a comms console outside? Probably not, right? I can't move it though. I'm just gonna plop one down and hopefully we find some trade ships that are willing to trade with us, and I'll just be like, yeah, here, fire stuff. You're also desperate for comms console? Ah, must be a common thing where people realize, hey, we kind of need one of those. Alright. Ray doesn't have a weapon yet. Am I really gonna give Ray a shot? Oh, here we go. Alright, Ray is our first completed Helldiver. Wow, that looks really funny. Alright, Helldivers. There's our first Helldiver. Except Ray has no combat capability, so that's not really useful. The main issue is I'm not gonna have enough advanced components to do that constantly, so... You know what? We'll get Ray her own set later. For now, I really can't justify Ray using it. For now, I'm gonna give it to... You know what? Garm's actually kind of a CQC specialist. We'll give it to Garm. Send her to the front? No! No, she's not ready. She has to train more before she's ready to take on the evil threats that befoul our colonies. Get Joe's out here. And you know what? Unholy too, why not? Even though you've got a weapon that's probably not going to be super useful. Do not wait for me to be ready. Well, we're not fighting bugs right now. We're fighting the robots. I think the robots are going to give us a little bit of time. Alright, let's go check out... I am a coward, you're right. I will not deny this. Let's get over here. Let's, we gotta shoot down that turret, right? Oh, that turret's quite deadly. Oh my goodness. Alright, we gotta get Jozo out of here, because Jozo's too injured. Oh, I forgot to take a look at the Tory Talker stuff. No, I forgot. I'm sorry. I've been a little busy. It kind of slipped my mind. Oh, medicinal pallet. Oh, Unholy's getting slapped by robots. Okay, let's get you out of here. Oh, these robots are really painful. Oh my gosh, even through that, armor, that laser beam hurts like a truck. Alright, let's get Garm out of here too. They'll come back later when they're less dying. When they're less bleedy. Yeah, those beams really hurt. Wait a second, what munition am I using? I'm using AP Liberty rounds. So AP is armor pierce. That's actually not that bad. Let's see, what other weapon should I... Oh, weren't we gonna try... We were gonna make deliverances, right? Or diligences? We could also make a sickle if we wanted a laser rifle, which would not be a bad idea. So I know Liberators are the standard rifle. I know we have at least one machine gun, and we're trying to build an anti-AM rifle. I have not taken a look at the Melira. What do they do to the Meliras? We could make Dominators. We can also make some other stuff, too. We probably should make an SMG of some kind. I think I want at least one diligence. Yeah, probably like at least one or two diligences should be okay to give us some options. Oh goodness, Ray's got the hypothermia. Because she doesn't have a parka, which means we need to make some parkas. Except we don't have the materials to make parkas right now. Camel hide. Probably not what I want. Most of these are not really good for cold weather. Yeah, and there's not a lot of... We can't stay here that long, primarily because we don't... Oh, we're already out of food. Alright, we gotta get this... We gotta go through this quick. I know... Yeah. Added a bunch of things to the mod. Super high power, but it has neat things. There's birds that can fly. There's a beam weapon with 9. That's a very high burst count. Why would you need a weapon like that? I guess it's for one of those 4 fun, wacky things, right? Alright, I'm gonna send Garm back out. Psychotic also needs to go back out. Zeopolds are also... Okay, these 3 need to go out now. I need them to go through the rest of this dungeon. Oh, it's just a constantly firing weapon. Got it. Okay. I mean, it does sound pretty sick, not gonna lie. Is it something I would normally use? Probably not, but I can appreciate the absolute insanity of it all. Gosh, there is... The thing I hate is that there's a wasp trap and... No, quickly switch to slugs. Wow, that did not do... Whoa! Okay, let's get the opposer out of here. That AP round is not doing much against that turret. That turret's really tanky. It's a meme weapon. Ah, fair enough. I mean, hey, people like meme weapons, so I'm not gonna... Oh, wait a second. What am I doing? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I had EMPs the whole time. I completely forgot. I had kitted out a huge chunk of my soldiers with EMP grenades. And it is only now suddenly coming back to me that I had these as a tool. How could I have forgotten that I had EMP grenades? The opposer died. What? Oh. I'm sorry, Z opposer, I wasn't paying attention. Alright, strip these. We can still use this. Alright, we gotta bury Z opposer now. Another one bites the dust. Who else is a medical emergency? Immortal's got a medical emergency. But you're tended to, so you'll be fine. Alright, we're gonna get you over here and just see if we can have you lob that EMP grenade. Yeah, just take this. Quickly lob it in this direction. Okay, then that stuns for 30 seconds, which means we can send Garm in here. And Garm can shoot that out. Come on, please. Please kill it. Industrializer? Yeah, we're industrializing the enemy. Alright, step out, and then have you swap back in. Lob a grenade. Swap back out. Swap back in. No, don't go inside the room. Oh, that's what I was afraid of. Because now I have to have you assist here in beating these wasps up before that turret wakes up. Go, just get this one in here. Oh my goodness. Come on. But these things are so durable. Get out of here. Jozo's probably gonna die here. Oh my god. Grab. No, my goodness, the stupid wasps are the worst things ever. Get out of here. I hate these things so much. These are like the worst enemies to do. I'm pretty sure I can't save you. I think Joso dies. carry. Go here. Okay, hold on. So drop. Stabilize quickly. Even stabilize, there's no way to rescue. Okay. Gotta be kidding me. That's two dead on this tile already. Oh my god. All right. Just finish this up. Okay, so get this off. Okay, no, just strip completely. And then take the vac suit, take the helmet, take the citizen gear. You don't want to wear that, that's fine. I don't care. You need the shotgun, or you need the grenades. Okay. There's gotta be a way to do this. I hate these things so much. I don't know why, like, the wasps are way deadlier than they are in vanilla. Alright, let's stand here. Okay. Then lob a grenade over there. And then you blast this thing to death. Okay. What a nightmare that was. Okay. I don't know, but whatever it is, I hate it. I'm just gonna smash this thing to death. Okay, we got a core, we got components, but none of the other things I need. Okay, so I know there's a hunter trap over there. Let's have... Flashbangs would be nice, yeah. Let's have Garm go over there. Shoot down the trap. I think this will trigger it. That's fine. Okay, cool. So we're not hitting that trap at all. So reload. You need to trigger it. Then you can shoot it down, hopefully. Okay, now run. Hopefully you're fast enough. Okay, protected by armor. Good. Alright, let's go to the next one. Oh, boy. Get out of here. Oh, boy. You need to run ASAP, boy. You're gonna die. Thing's chasing after you. Oh, boy. Let's go over here. Alright, so Scorsese got beamed. Let's just go deal with this thing. Okay. Okay, you undraft. You have 7 hours, so we can probably rescue you in time. And then just get out of here and hopefully we survive temporarily. And then we'll come back in a second. No one's allowed back in here, so no one go in there. Go reroute yourselves somewhere else. Because we gotta go do the funeral for 2 dead comrades now. And I have to make sure some other ones don't die. I guess Scorchese's gonna live, probably. I'm not gonna get into a discussion of whether or not vanilla's balanced. That is not anywhere my wheelhouse, and I'm not gonna even pretend to know anything about game balance. As you all know, I messed the game up significantly so that it's not really what we would call balanced in any way whatsoever. Let's grab basic vehicles, probably okay. Okay, so fun fact, we have no food. We gotta get the core out of there, and I know there's one more stupid thing in there. Drunken Wafer's taking a bunch of injuries. Let's quickly tend to him ASAP. Of course he's gonna be fine. Because I think we're gonna have to send Drunken Wafer back in. Does no one have any meals on them? Okay, Garm has 1 survival meal. I'm gonna have Drunken Wafer eat that ASAP. Because he's gonna have to go back in. Hopefully find a core and then bail out. You may have a peg leg, but you know what? Hold on. Marksman, you got a weapon. We're gonna send you in too. Okay, you have 2 minor injuries that need to be tended to ASAP. Come on. Come on. Let's just get this done as soon as possible. Alright. 1 last injury, and then before the malnutrition kicks in for everyone else, we gotta go. I think we can survive like 1 more day without food. Okay, you go back. Let's go just rip through this quickly. I know there's 1 more robot. Maybe we can get into melee range and just stab it to death. I think this room we can ignore. The main issue is that the spacer crate's over there, but there's a turret and a wasp. Let's go in. Check this room out, see what's in here. Okay, that is a crate. Let's... Okay, crates don't have anything, never mind. Okay. We don't have armor. Okay, nothing in here. Next room. Okay, this is good. Okay, perfect. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have dig this and then no, turn here, dig, and then no one's allowed in this room. That room is sealed off. Okay, perfect. So now we have access to the grav panels. Good. And then we just have to grab the core, and then I think we should be Gucci. Let's check this last room. Survival meals, fantastic. Let's grab those. Okay, so we have a little bit more food. And then check this room out. Okay, what do we got? Okay, this room's fine. Nothing of note. Next. Okay. Okay, we found everything I think I wanted, so let's grab all of this and just bail. There is no more reason for us to stick around. We'll grab the meals, we grabbed the panels already, and then we'll grab the core, and then we are free. We are not sticking around in this abominable location. We have no food, we'll starve to death. Come on. You need no place to store medicine because I don't have any more space. Medicine goes here, as well as the core. Yeah, let's do that real fast, and I think we'll be good. Okay, so it was a little rough, but we did manage to survive. We did manage to survive all of that nonsense at the cost of 2 pawns. So we lost 2 people to get 1. I was talking to the insectoid waves. They start off really weak, but they've been slowly getting more and more larger. Can you configure them? Probably. I assume if you go to vanilla framework, yeah, you can change the base time between waves, but I'm not sure how you can adjust the strength of each wave. Base time is 5 days. But they kind of come in like low tides, and then they get high tide, and as they get higher and frenzier, like the time between waves is like 2 days. And then you have to somehow survive that. And then it starts to go down, then goes back up, and so forth. Okay, so we grabbed everything, right? Okay. We're gonna grab those components, and I'm just gonna get out of here. I don't think it's worth grabbing anything else. Yeah, we have everything, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm comfortable with what we've got, so I don't want to stay here any longer. We have another 100 tiles that we can mess with. Alright. We got 2 cores, fantastic. Let's just go, let's go literally anywhere else that's not here. Before we leave, I want to run a funeral. Let's run the funerals real quick. Let's at least honor them. We couldn't honor Goldenrod when he died. Let's at least honor Jozamoto and Zeoposer, who both fought valiantly on the front lines to ensure our survival. Also, so we could just expand the ship. The other one too. This at least keeps everyone from completely breaking down mentally. This is... I just want to build a ship with HELLPODS, and it's like, we're struggling to even pull that off. Okay, good funeral, good funeral. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle. I don't know where we're flying yet. We could go into space, but that's probably a very, very bad idea, so we're not going to go into space yet. Okay. We need food. We need to trade. The nearest friendly settlement is over there, so I guess we're just gonna loop our way back up. That's a desert with very little animals, so maybe there's the other cores up in space. We also need to go to the we also need to go to the asteroid so we can go grab Vac Stone, right? So maybe we'll move our way down. Maybe move our way down here to Quarrybad. Or we can make our way northbound. Oh, we need to be near an asteroid, so I think we just legitimately go over here. Yeah, I think we go here. Alright, let's make our way south. It's a little messy, but it'll get us to the asteroids. The problem is, there gonna be even food? It is Jugas, so I guess it's high chance we find food. Okay. Alright, let's go hunting. Our favorite pastime. The only way we survive. Kill or be killed. That's the way. It's the way it works around these parts. Also, I might need to use the restroom again because I've been chugging a metric ton of water. I have been incredibly thirsty as of late, which is mildly concerning, but mostly be killed. Well, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. We have been dying a lot. Until dev mode's a recent death. Hey, you know what? I don't do it that often. Hey, there's a couple animals here. Oh, elk? Delicious. Trout in my water? Beautiful. Okay, at the very least we can expand the ship. That's the more important part. This thing can be expanded a decent amount. Grav engine's overheated, and it will now take longer to cool down, so it will take 6.5 days. Okay, so while we're here, kill all of the elk and the ibexes and whatever these are and all the boars, and that'll feed us for quite some time. Especially the fact that it's frozen temperatures outside right now. Let's just go hunting. So I could... Okay, so what are my choices here? Okay, so fun fact, we do not have that much power. For whatever reason. How does the Helldiver stuff come? Well, we have Helldiver armor. You can see Garm here is kitted out in Helldiver gear, amazingly enough. However, we're running into the issue of this colony is not very temperature managed, and also food is becoming a huge issue. So, we did manage to get 2 cores, and we have panels, but we don't have electricity. I might just do... I might just make another fusion reactor. Legitimately, I am considering making another MMFS and just relying on fusion power for this colony again. Or for the ship. But maybe I'll put them next to each other instead of like one in the front and one in the rear. Let's just put them next to each other. But we're not gonna have tritium unless we can find some orbital trader that's willing to sell us copious amounts of tritium. Hello from the future. Hello, Arani. Good morning or evening. How is it in the future? At least Marksman can go hunt down food. Delicious, delicious elk. Okay, now it's becoming daytime. Maybe we do build that other solar generator. Or maybe we just get more batteries. What am I researching? Basic vehicles? You know, I don't want basic vehicles. No. I want electric batteries, so I can get the 4K and then improve batteries for the 16K. Because those will be more space efficient than these large batteries. Konnichiwa. Are you actually in Japan right now? Are you on a trip in the land of the rising sun? Oh, nice. Where are you at in Japan? How is it? Me and Ray have been talking about our next Japan trip, which is going to be next year, and we've been like trying to plot out like what are the things that we're gonna really want to do out in Japan. So I'm glad that you're having fun and, you know, enjoying it. How's the game going? Well, food has been a problem, but I think we've managed to temporarily subside our food issues by killing all the local wildlife. Temperature is becoming still a problem, though. In fact, the temperature in these rooms constantly fluctuate. Maybe I don't need this. You know, I'm gonna get rid of these vents, actually. I think these vents are just causing problems. I think the temperature in each room is gonna be a lot more stable if I don't have the vents messing it up. And also maybe if I increase the capacity of these things. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're not producing enough power. So to fix that, we have to expand our power options, which is basically add more solars. So let's expand this up a little bit. Setagaya, let's see. Where is Setagaya? Setagaya is located in... Oh, you're there on a long-term thing. Ooh, congratulations. Hopefully you enjoy Japan. Let's see. Setagaya is special award in Tokyo Metropolis. Oh, okay. I see. I know where this is at. Okay. Because I know this is like where the Olympic Park's at, right? Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so I assume your presence will be a lot more infrequent, but it's okay. I know you're having fun in Japan. How long are you there for, actually? I'm actually kind of curious how long you're going to be there. There's loot. 1 year. Ooh, congratulations. Have fun. Regale us stories of your food and your adventures in Japan whenever you can. Also, we gotta research something. I need to go grab automation and... Okay, so we're not gonna get improved batteries because I need machine learning, so 4K batteries will have to do for now. In that case, let's see if we can go get the shuttles, the transport pod. In your game, the aliens are semi-annoyed that you've been not enough to attack you again. We've got some more shipyards soon enough taking the fight in your portal. Oh, you're playing Terra Invicta. How is... I know you've talked about Terra Invicta a lot. I'm glad you're having fun with it, but I really don't know much about Terra Invicta at all because it's not a game I've ever really played. But I'm glad that you're at least enjoying it because it seems cool. Because isn't it made by the people who made Long War? I think that was like... It's a Long War game, right? Not the other solar gen here. It is? Okay, that's what I thought. I'm gonna get rid of these large batteries. Let's just dismantle these and put in the other ones. I need someone to buy my stuff. Number 1 was hunting sun. Where's sun? Alright, we have a bow and arrow, which is not ideal, but we have guns. Yeah, shoot it away. Perfect. Is that what people said? It's the tedium of Long War applied to Grand Strat. Jeez. That's not what I would call a very good what's the word I'm thinking of? It's not what I would call a very kind endorsement. Really. Jeez. Much as I liked Long War, it definitely was a very, very long game. Remember when we did the Long War of the Chosen stream, and it took nearly a year of streaming that game to finish the bloody thing? Oh my goodness, never again. As much as I love that game, I cannot ever do that ever again. It was simply too much. It was simply too much for me to handle. Where's my builder? Where's my builder? Whom's my builder? There goes my builder. Alright, build me my batteries. I need this thing built in, like, yesterday. There we go. So now we have these smaller batteries that will at least charge up bit by bit up to 4,000. At 50% efficiency, which is not ideal because now, as it is approaching nighttime, the amount that they're generating is becoming a lot lower. If I can find components on the map, that'd be great too. Oh, perfect. Components, jade. Silver would also be acceptable, but I don't think we're going to find any silver, so I'll take that. And the steel, I think we're fine. We may need to start digging up some steel as well, so let's also order steel to be dug up. We have enough food to last us for some time. A cougar's hunting Ray. Great. Where's Ray? Ray doesn't have a weapon. Great. So that means Ray's... Okay, you know what? Hold on, I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Grab these 3. Okay, then stand here. Shoot the cougar. Okay. Kill the cougar. Undraft you. And then I'm just gonna go kill the remaining predator animals. Yeah. I've always looked at Terra Invicta and I'm like, maybe I'll buy this eventually, but every time I consider it, I'm just like, I don't really want to play this. And I look at all the other games that I have, like, not finished yet, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I gotta finish these other games first that are also important and cool. Like, Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail. A game that I keep telling myself I'm gonna finish. Wait, Terra Invicta still early access? There's no way. That's still early access? Terra Invicta. It's still early access. Is this... Expect the game will remain in early access until late 2025. May change. Okay, so this thing came out in 2022. It's been like 3 years. I mean, I get it if it's like a very ambitious game and there's like a lot of things that they want to try doing. Like, I get it. I don't think it's the type of... I don't think it's a game I'd play, honestly. Like, I love grand strategy games, but I think there's like a certain level of abstraction on grand strategy games that I would appreciate. And I don't necessarily... I think when I was younger, I would have loved the ultra fine granularity of a lot of these super in-depth grand strategy games, but now I'm at the point in life where I'm just like, Hoi 4 and Vic 3 is good enough for me. Like, I don't need to be playing like the super granular, ultra detailed thing where I have to track every individual unit's fuel or track an Italian unit's, you know, pasta water rations, things like that. I am a slacker, you're so right, you're all your type of war. I was thinking about working on like my crafting and gathering classes again while I was just kind of chilling because I was plugging my controller into my PC and I was like, wait a second, I forgot I used to gather with the controller in 14. I could do that again. The aliens don't mind when you detain their counselor agents and abduct them. Roarforks, no. I don't have that energy to do super crazy 4X games anymore. I used to love playing like, oh jeez, what is it, hacking now? Oh, I didn't realize the raid was here. That's a lot of bugs. Okay, let's get everyone inside now. Okay. Gotta see if we can try to sneak these guys inside, and whoever's got a gun needs to get out here ASAP, because I was not paying attention. The hive's already here. You have a spear at most, okay. Spada's got a pistol, that's a gun. You haven't given you a gun yet. Transport pods resolved, let's get the shuttles. Most of our best gunners or fighters are kind of dead or far away. Okay. That turret is not long for this world. Yeah, that turret did its best. Alright, let's just finish these things off ASAP. You know, I used to play like a lot of those online 4X games that were fun, but they were definitely aggravating. I know one of the bigger ones I used to play a lot, which I think is still around, is Tribal Wars, if anyone ever played that game back in the day, or even still today, where it's like, it is a 4X game. It's also one where you can easily lose all your hard work if someone attacks you when you're not paying attention, and you have to pay attention to that game like 24/7 in order not to lose, you know, your villages to aggressive enemies. And it was fun, kind of. Until you lost, and then you didn't want to play anymore, and I'm like, alright, I'm done. It was interesting. You had to like be in a good clan, and if you weren't in a good clan, then you were just dead from the get-go, and it's like, alright, well, GG, I guess. And so I stopped playing that game. Yeah. Okay, so everyone's bedrooms are warm. Most of the rooms are relatively warm, except the production room, which we should probably fix as well. Oh my goodness, we have a diligence now. We have 2 of them. What does this one set to store? This one is set to store what? MG43s. This one is set to store nothing, but this one will now store diligences. Perfect. Yeah. You either get strong enough to farm other people or become a farm. Exactly. And the worst times was when you started playing and you had like 1 village left and they would just leave you as a farm. And then it's like you can't escape, so you just quit. And then you became an abandoned village and someone else took your village for you. Yeah, the era of digital strategy social games. I played that. There was Icorium. There was O-Game. I think O-Game was the one I played a lot. Oh my goodness. But the problem was a lot of these games was you needed a paid account with all like the crazy features to like have a chance at winning. Oh my goodness, I played so much O-Game back in the day. I did not play Evany, no. For me, it was... There was one I was trying to remember, but I could never remember what it was called. It was like a browser-based one where you had your own... I think you had your own country in a sense, but... what was it called? I don't remember. It's like every day you would get like a question, and it would kind of like determine what your country like was into, or like what your country did. Like politically. It didn't like affect anyone else, but it was kind of like for a role-playing thing. What was that dang thing? Nation states, I think is what it was called. Nation states. Yeah, the nation simulation game. I wonder if it's still around. 310,000 active players. Yeah, this thing's still around, I guess. I wonder if my old account is still active. I'm kind of curious. Now I'm legitimately curious. Probably not anymore. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't think I have my login information for this anymore. This is like an eternity ago. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I have the oh, hold on, let's see. Wait a second, hold on. It might still be around. Missing nation name or ID. Okay, it's probably inactive now. Yeah, it's probably inactive now. Okay. Remember chat, Bon Bong did nothing wrong. Are we talking about the Filipino Bong Bong? Gotta get traps in the bombardment dust and a couple good things behind. Strikes to invasion. Yeah, I mean, usually invasion over total destruction leads to better results. Also, there's a dead person, a dying person there we should probably rescue. Well, let's go rescue this one named Steven. Feel bad for the guy. Oh, Lobotomy Corp Bong Bong. God, I miss Bong Bong. I miss Lobotomy Corp. I never finished Lobotomy Corporation on stream. That game was just... I was never going to get around to finishing it. That game was way too long. I liked it, but it was just... It was a little much. I think is the best way to describe it. It was a lot. Maybe we need vehicles. Maybe we should build a car or two. The problem is I can't build the Pelican. If I could build the Pelican, I would have built one already. The main issue is we don't have the components and the plasteel necessary to manufacture one of these. If I had 200 plasteel, maybe. We definitely have to trade with people to get some. Oh my gosh, what happened? Oh, the guy still died. Okay, we weren't able to rescue him fast enough. I need to dump this body somewhere. Alright. Let's get this guy out of here. Okay. Lobotomy Corp Bong Bong. This was some streamer he gave up. Oh. What do you mean it was just like too hard for him? To be fair, Lobotomy Corporation is not just a hard game, it's a very long game. And I think that's why I stopped playing Lobotomy Corporation, because you legitimately would need about some, like, what? 40, 50, like, you need like 80 hours to beat that game, especially because I think the true ending requirement means you have to go interact with every single anomaly, and that's a fairly tall order, I think, for most players to accomplish. I mean, if you're dedicated and you want to see the ending, go for it, but I think most people aren't gonna put that much effort into it as much as we'd like to think that they would. It is a very long slog, and I think that's really the problem. Oh my god, it's really hot. I am really warm, I'm sorry. Woo! I'm like... Hold on one second, I'm like literally heating up. There's not trying anything you take care of them. Oh, okay. Well, that's a little unfortunate then. Also, we are not producing enough power in this colony. We need to find another power solution. Destroy this, we get it destroys the prison camp, and we get a small volumetric power cell and a helmet. A Helldiver helmet would be kind of worth the travel. But we're still stuck here for another 2.1 days, which is also tragic. We can't leave yet. Maybe we should just... If I could just build a passenger ship... I need the engine. If I could just find a single engine, we'd be fine. Maybe I have to take a quest for an engine. What quest would give me an engine? Because if I had an engine, I could just go around trading for plasteel and other things that I would need. And life would be a lot better. Crashed shuttle quest? I don't think we have a crashed... I don't think we have any... I thought I took one. Maybe I forgot. Oh, maybe we got one early in the game, and I forgot to take it. That's probably what happened. I don't want to just cheat in the quest either. I'm willing to just at least, you know, figure out how long till we get one. But who knows? That could be forever. What do you mean? I have the comms console. But the orbital traders just are not coming by. Listen, we have it ready. Like, if they're willing to send a ship, I'm ready to chat with them and riz them up. There wants a quantum at most. Okay, so we gotta wait a little bit longer. Maybe we can get lucky. I was hoping to get into space today, but I don't think we're getting into space today or even tomorrow. I think once we get more plasteel, it's more realistic. That's a very sloppy fart, is all I'm gonna say, Xanth. Yeah, because there's not much else I could do. I could try to just... There's hidden loot, but there's also a prison camp. Both of which are very tempting to go travel towards. Well, let's see. At least the game does move kind of quickly. Let's go kill some animals. Alright, let's go kill these. Oh, also the waves are getting a little stronger. It's now 7 Mega Thrips and a Venomite, which is... It sounds like a Pokemon, I'm not gonna lie. Do I think I need more housing? Or can I get by without any more housing in this colony? The problem is our combat-capable pawns are few and far between. Ray definitely needs some skill. Scorsese. Sun has barely any combat skill. Zoingo has 0 combat skill. Yeah. And again, the power is becoming a problem. What are my other choices for power? Is there okay, the next tile we land at, my well, okay, I could sacrifice a grav core for power generation for 1200 watts. That is kind of tempting, but I think I'd rather not. I think it's just better to try to get fusion power. I'm glad you're at least enjoying Terra Invicta, because I would not, quite frankly. Every time I look at that game, I'm like, this would have been cool for me, like, 10 years ago. Today? No. It is not a game for me today. It is a game that was designed for someone who has lots of time to sit down and play a game like that, but not necessarily someone who, you know, well, doesn't. These guys are willing to trade. They're not... Oh, they left already, I think. Shoot. Are we allowed to leave yet? Alright, we're gonna end this stream once we are able to leave this tile, because I don't want to stay on this tile. But man, I have so much leather to trade with people. If there was traders who are willing to come by and, you know, purchase my wares. So many things that they're missing out on. Anyways, let's expand the ship. We have 76 tiles. I could expand and I could, realistically, now set up the HELLPODs. If I expand out a little bit further, we could build the HELLPOD room. The HELLPODs are just pod launchers and transport pods. It's nothing super crazy, but I can finally set them up. So maybe we do that. I think that'll be fun. Totally just not just randomly picking random things to build. Okay, so I think we're not going to make this ship so much longer, so maybe up to here is fine. Yeah, that's probably fine. So come on, let's build that out. And then we're gonna add some superstructure about... Okay, maybe we should not keep that outside. Okay, so I need the craft ship superstructure like this. Come on. Okay. So where do I want the HELLDIVERS to drop from? Okay, so I don't have that much tiles. In fact, installing that ate up most of them, so I have 40 tiles remaining. Alright, well, here's... Oh, how about this? Here's my idea. Here's my really bad idea. First of all, let's get rid of... Let's replace this. Oh my goodness. Let's replace this with proper walls. Yeah. And then let's build that out. Unless you don't ever get much like 30 battle space, like there's no chance for your business to get this space, a couple of weeks of building. Oh, because you have to fight against people, like, who are the humans who want to side with the aliens because they're like, but the aliens never hurt us. We should trust in the aliens. The aliens are good people, like that. Are those the types of humans you have to fight off? Okay, let's expand this out like this. Okay. Also, get rid of the stupid snowman. I don't know why that's there. In my way. Okay, this is not the ideal HELLPOD launch room, but it is a functioning HELLPOD launch room. I forgot to put doors. Put a door here, put a door here. And then put a door here. And then I will redesign this later, but as a temporary, very bare bones iteration. There we go. And the doors still aren't built because why? Also, I think I need to hunt down the steel on the map. I think we've been ripping through all of our steel supply, and I should probably make sure we have some more. The problem, too, without power is that our turrets aren't going to do anything, and that's also quite scary. We're going to fly out of here anyways. I think once we fly out, we're just going to land near a... We're going to choose to land near a steam vent and just absorb that steam vent's electricity, and that should keep us safe for some time. I'm going to ignore these quests. Tempting as it is, I think we're just going to keep traveling down, get quarry bad, and we can fly up. If we just land next to it, we can just send a trader over and just, you know, shuffle our items around until they're happy. That'll be our solution. You wanna build this wall here, buddy, so I can be done with this? Perfect. Okay, so now this is gonna get all roofed up. And here is our first HELLPOD. And then we just have to build the remaining 2 HELLPODs. And then I'll move this eventually. I'm sure I'll move this like further down. Perfect. Rebuild, rebuild. Also gives us a use for all of this chem fuel that we've managed to produce from all of our poop. Alright. Get some lights in here too. Are we allowed to fly? Alright, let's get out of here. There's no point in staying in this abominable location. I don't care if there's still steel on the map, we'll find more steel later. Alright, let's save the game also while we're at it. And we've managed to at least build the HELLPODs, which means our ship is now a super destroyer. We're gonna go land as close as we can to that settlement. So we're gonna go right about here, and that should be fine. I think that's close enough. Yeah. You, the kill invisible ones, collect the aliens, cash ones, aliens. Oh, okay. I mean, that sounds about right. It's the same thing as like every other science fiction thing with aliens. Like, there's the ones that want to make money, the ones that have like a religious cult, the ones that are, you know, it's always the same. It's always the same tropes with science fiction aliens. So it's always how it is. I think XCOM Apocalypse had a similar mechanic where you had to maintain, like, manage the different factions, otherwise they would like betray you or something. Is there no steam vents here? Oh. Okay, there's a few. Hold on. There's 5 geysers. Where are they? 1, 2. Oh, there's 3 in one spot. There's one over here. Wait, so there's no steam geyser here at all. They're all in literally the worst locations possible. So I can't even hook up to them to get power unless I want to land, like, right here. I guess I could land right here. It's a little... I don't like that, though. You know, it'll have to do. I need it. That's fine. We have to get this. Hello, Hyo. How are you doing, comrade? Unfortunately, you've arrived at literally, like, the worst time. Okay. Last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build this stupid geothermal thing, and I can't because I don't have steel because I've ripped through all my steel, so I have to dig out the steel. Okay, well, this is a nightmare. That's fine. I'm sure we can grab the steel quickly, and then we can build out our little ship thing as I try to fight off this other stuff. Yeah. Anyways, it is late. No, Nomar, I don't have problems. I know that it's end time. I typically go to sleep around this time, which means I need to end stream anyways because it's late. All right. Who have I not raided in some time? What did I raid last week? Neto, Falu, Director Nemo. I really raid the same exact people all the time. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, let's go raid. I don't know who Mia is, but we'll raid AKO. He's playing Monster Hunter. I know they had that Final Fantasy 14 collab or something happening soon, right? Which I saw, which is really silly because apparently they're giving the Switch Axe weapons to White Mage, which makes 0 sense to me, but that's incredibly funny. Anyways, I go bed. I have to do work before I actually go to sleep, which is really annoying, so unfortunately I'm not allowed to go to sleep for the next 2 hours anyways, so that sucks. Anyways, bye comrades. We'll be back with Rimworld tomorrow at the 8:30 time slot, adjusted to your local time zone. Have fun and enjoy the rest of your day. Tomorrow we're gonna continue this adventure, and hopefully we're not gonna explode to insects or whatever. I'm hoping we can finally start doing hell dives, because again, our ultimate goal is we gotta start hitting these hives, man. These hives are gonna be the real threat. But once we get some gear going, I think we'll be in a good position to do exactly that. Anyways, good night. Enjoy your night. I'm gonna go pass out. Bye. Thanks for joining.